infecting us all right now, and we have got to get over it because the left and the right must come together.
Amen,
Whether
Cheryl.
that's in prayer,
Yes,
whether that's in solidarity, but we must come together.
And hopefully in action, right? From your lips to God's ears. Cheryl Lee Ralph is sticking around with us. We've got a whole lot more with her after the break.
Very good.
This was...
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Heldevier tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards, and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Teachers at a school like Abbott, we have to be able to do it all. We are admin, we are social workers, we are therapists, we are second parents. Hell, sometimes we're even first. Why? It sure ain't the money.
I could make more work in the street. Easy.
That's the best show.
She's so good.
Welcome back to DBL. That was a clip from Abbott Elementary, and it is returning to ABC this fall.
Yes,
and Dreamgirls,
it is.
Cheryl Lee Ralph is back with us to talk about her latest and Hollywood and more.
Cheryl, you are like DBL royalty, so just I can't
She's
even
the
say
queen.
welcome back as your family. So you're just here. Sometimes you're on, sometimes, but you're always here with us. I love your show. You know, I taught middle school for 5 years, so it hits me in a different place. Middle school science. Shout out to Highland Oaks. And you know, Cheryl, your husband, Philadelphia Senator Vincent Hughes, works to be to better inner city schools like Abbott Elementary. So, does your character Barbara from the show have anything in common with like what you've gone through with a husband that works closely with these schools?
You know something, it's so amazing that God would put me in this show at this time on a subject that my husband, like you said, has been fighting for his whole career. And that is to better the education in Philadelphia's schools, Pennsylvania's schools, for all of the children, not just good education for some and bad education for others, but great education for all of our children. And I thank God that I'm able to help amplify that message just by being Barbara Howard, the teacher you never forget at Abbott Elementary, which is also in Philadelphia, which is also, it would be fictionally in my husband's constituency.
That is so
and I was going to say, yes, fictionally, but like there's a lot of people watching your show for real that are 12, 13 years old that will grow up to become educators and people in this space because of what they're seeing from you. So you're doing God's work.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud of the show.
You should
Abbott
be.
is doing so much for so many people, and I'm very proud of Quinta and my cast and the amazing job we all get to do together.
I was going to say, Quinta has just absolutely blown my mind. When you do the gardening scenes, that's my favorite. When Barbara Howard goes into the gardening, So good.
So funny.
Sorry. I love that. Now, another TV show, Motherland Fort Salem, is also back for a third and its final season. Now, you play the president of the U.S. in this supernatural drama, and I would like to know what it's like starring in both a drama and like a supernatural drama and a really tight, well-written comedy at the same time.
You know, for me, I honestly have to say this has been an incredible blessing for me as an actor.
Yeah.
I actually get to use my skills. You know, when I was doing Ray Donovan, I was shooting a comedy at the same time back then, and it was called Instant Mom. So I would do comedy in the day and I would do the drama at night. So here I am once again doing this, like you said, well-written comedy and this strong drama on the other end. And I just have to say, wow, thank you, God. Thank you for the writers and producers who believe in my talent to let me be able to do that in my career. It's so wonderful not to be typecast. It's so wonderful to be seen for the breadth of my abilities. And most actors, you don't get that. People want to put you in a little box, but here I am doing dramedy at the same time doing comedy, and I love it.
Not Cheryl. What a blessing.
I just want to say it's really sad to watch Cheryl's career tail off like this.
Yeah, there's no ending for that.
She
just dropped off.
Two-show situation.
I know.
She's zero. It's really sad.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to get your opinion on this, Cheryl, because fellow dream girl Jennifer Hudson officially, this is so cool, achieved EGOT status.
Yeah.
Have you been in touch with her? And if not, is there anything that you might want to say to her?
Oh, listen, I am so excited for her because this is just absolutely wonderful. I said to myself, oh my God, I'm not working hard enough. I've got more work to do. But I'll tell you a little J. Hud story.
Ooh.
Jennifer and I worked together on a series called Smash, and I played her mother.
Wow.
And when I walked into my dressing room the first morning of shooting, I could not get into the room because Jennifer had filled that room with the most enormous floral arrangements with a card that said, thank you for everything you have done for me to be here. And I was just like,
She literally and figuratively gave her her flowers. You're right.
Yes,
that's so cool.
Yes,
that is so cool. Cheryl, you're the best. We adore you. Congratulations on all your continued success. DBL Nation, you got to be on the lookout for season 2 of Abbott Elementary this fall on ABC, and the final season of Motherland Fort Salem premieres Tuesday on Hulu. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Cheryl.
Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify. Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures are how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer?
Chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are two distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
If they only knew what we were talking about. What comments do we have, Tori?
You are so
about gaming.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, okay. Real Royalty writes in and says, Cheryl Lee Ralph is a dream girl forever, which we totally agree. And Barbara says, I love Abbott Elementary. She's fantastic in it. And I have to say, it's one of the best. It is like Modern Family. It's an ABC hit, and we haven't seen one of those in a long time. The writing sharp, the acting sharp, great timing. Your friend's in it, and she's fantastic.
Yeah,
Has her life completely changed?
I'm
She
sure.
plays Ava, everyone, the principal.
Yeah. Yes, I just remember having conversations with her when she was still like a mom. She had a teenage son at that point, and like deciding whether to do stand up. And now here we are on TV talking about
like the number
show.
one hit show.
Yes.
Yeah. Congrats to her. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here's what's ahead. Amber Heard says she still loves Johnny Depp, but why even after going head-to-head in court? And Charlie Sheen says he's not happy about his daughter joining OnlyFans, how it's igniting his feud with ex Denise Richards.
Most of us have heard the saying, you should drink 8 glasses of water a day. With this heat, is that enough water? The question, should everyone always be drinking exactly 8 glasses of water a day? Let's verify. Our source is cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and the Mayo Clinic. According to the Mayo Clinic, water makes up about 50 to 70% of our body weight. Water also keeps your temperature normal, lubricates and cushions joints, and protects sensitive tissue. But Dr. Coley says many may not need the traditional 8 glasses.
Every day should not necessarily be the same amount. It should be adjusted up and down based on what you're doing.
So where does the standard 8 glasses of water come from?
That 8 glasses of water came from the fact that, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, for about every calorie that you consume, you need about 1 milliliter of water. That's about 2 liters or about 8 glasses.
Coley says the best way to tell if you're getting enough water in your system is the color of your urine.
It should be very light color. If it's starting to get dark yellow, that means you're not drinking enough.
It also depends on your activity level and if you are in a warm environment. The Mayo Clinic states most healthy people stay hydrated by drinking water and other fluids whenever they feel thirsty. For some people, fewer than 8 glasses a day might be enough, but others may need more. Dr. Coley says you can actually get water poisoning if you drink too much.
You drink so much water that you dilute out the salt in your blood.
So we can verify that no, not everybody should always drink exactly 8 glasses of water a day. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
You two need to quit fighting.
What happened?
Everything's fine.
There was an issue over the iPad.
Yeah, fighting over the iPad. Okay, children.
One didn't want it and one did.
Okay, enough. We are hearing more from Amber Heard. During her interview with the Today Show, Savannah asked Amber if she still loves Johnny Depp after their explosive trial. Take a look at her answer.
I love him. I loved him with all my heart. And I tried the best I could to make a deeply broken relationship work. And I couldn't. I have no bad feelings or ill will towards him at all.
Can I just say, like, going through the audition process in, like, California and doing, like, auditions, that seemed like an audition to me.
Felt like she was still on the stand.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, could you do it again with a little more realism and compassion? That felt like it was just a bad read. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. That's what I saw.
No, it felt insincere, and I hate saying that because I'm one that always wants to believe women, but not all women.
But you want to believe survivors.
Yes.
You don't want to believe all women, because a lot of people wrote me and the show, and they said, you know, on tape, she's been proven to have hit and punched him. She's admitted to that. That makes her an abuser. And at some point, the Me Too movement was about everybody being protected. So, yeah, I think this is so stupid. I think she's digging another hole. And I think she should be, as you guys say, or people say, canceled, or as I say, consequence. You got to go away for a while. Because nobody likes you, nobody trusts you, and you're killing any opportunity to come back, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that she's never, because we always talk about Amber Heard, and I think when we see her up against somebody like Johnny Depp, he's clearly the bigger star, and she kind of seems like an obscure person, but she's not. She's a very successful person that has been successful for most of her life. She's an Aquaman too. That's almost people's dream board. Right. She is a successful person, and she has probably never met with the situation that she could not handle by putting on her Amber Heard eyes and that voice and saying,
how did it ever work, though?
Get back to where.
Does she deserve all this criticism from the entire world, in your opinion?
I think if you defame someone against the law, the jury convicted her. Yes. I don't know why we hold back because she's.
I think it's a heavy-handed.
For a toxic relationship that
she lied.
Most people have been in. Most people.
Do you know how many survivors are feeling after listening to her? They are triggering. That she is triggering to them because she is lying and she is exploiting them and diluting the message.
I'd agree with that. All right. I'd agree with that, but I just think it was a super toxic relationship on both parts.
I only have proof of one abuse, and that's from her on video and audio.
All right. Tori, the juror over there.
All right. But the finger, too.
I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry.
Don't tick off Tori. Okay, so Charlie Sheen is not happy with the choices his teen daughter is making. 18-year-old Sammy joined OnlyFans, an online platform that allows fans to pay for content that tends to be sexual in nature. Charlie recently told E! News that he does not condone his daughter's decision to be on the site, and it did not occur under his roof. He's urging her to, quote, keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity. However, Sammy's mom, Denise Richards, is defending their daughter's choice, telling People magazine that the choice wasn't based on whose house she lives in, and she is trusting her daughter's judgment to make her own choices. What would you do?
This is like, as a parent, kind of like your worst nightmare. And I know there's other parents out there nowadays that encourage that. I don't. Okay, in my house, I don't want my daughter on an OnlyFans page.
Right?
Or son, yes, exactly. I don't want that, right? And so it's kind of like, and I also believe in karma, which a lot of people don't. It's the bad decisions that you made earlier in life that come out to pay later on. Charlie Sheen has made some interesting decisions in his life. So if you don't believe in karma, I don't know what this is, but as an 18-year-old, it's a serious situation to have your daughter, because of his fame and your wife's fame, people tuning in just to see that, not necessarily her. It's a weird like psychology around it.
The tagline underneath that said, subscribe for exclusive content. I'm assuming that's not political rhetoric. We all know what that means. And honestly, as a 44-year-old dad, of a daughter, this would be a complete failure to me.
Yeah.
I try and, you know, I want everybody to, you know, express themselves the way that they feel like they need to. But at 18 years old, I would hope that I had enough influence over my son or daughter's life for them to say, I could be like, I see stuff that you don't see coming down the road. And posting photos like this, the attention from the people that are going after 18-year-olds that are just barely 18, that crop of people is not who I want following my daughter or my son. And I wonder if maybe if Charlie, you know, this is just seems like a way to get men's attention, and maybe there was a man's attention that she wanted growing up that she didn't get.
Right. No, as a parent too, I just echo both y'all's sentiments.
Like, what if Sophie was like,
listen, I'm not going to shame anyone that does it. Just I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I would see it, to your point. I don't want to regurgitate you, but it would be my failure because I think that they model our behavior, and I would go, what did I do to make her think that is okay?
And that's her first decision at 18, not like invest in a
go
house.
Go work at a Jamba Juice. Go
that
like.
was a very random.
I worked at Jamba Juice.
Clearly. Passion Sunset.
Like, work at the gift shop at the zoo. That was very strange.
I'm just saying, just get a job.
No,
it's not a big deal. You don't have to make tons of money. Come on. Okay, so at what point in life does a person feel sexiest? Huh? Right now? 44?
I felt sexy to myself mostly at 28.
Oh, 28. That's oddly specific.
That really was.
I mean,
oddly.
Dear diary. Today
I did. I felt like I was a Tory. I got what Tory was.
What about you?
I'm going to go specific too. 31. 31.
Wow.
My early 30s. I don't know, a lot of change for me in my life in my early 30s.
That was when you were your sexiest.
My sex. Listen, food metabolized a little better in my body. I felt good about myself.
Six-pack apple on Big Bird.
Listen, if anyone's looking for a man boob Ken doll, it's me.
Well, there is a survey out that tells you what the sexiest age out. So according to the poll, the sexiest age, drum roll please, 53. 53, which I'm so happy about this because we all have something to look forward to. So these are just some of the celebs at that age. We got Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd. Okay, 53 already. J-Lo, Shamar Moore, who I'm obsessed with, will be turning 53 in the next year.
But these people have trainers.
They do. They have trainers.
Yes,
they're like insanely good looking.
Yes.
Naturally.
Yes.
But more than half the people in the poll said that they felt friskiest in the bedroom at 53.
No one says frisky.
No one says frisky.
Please stop saying
that. No, we're saying frisky because we can't say the other word. Come on, you guys.
But then you don't say anything. You don't say frisky. Then just remain silent.
Okay, 41% said they felt most comfortable in their skin at 53.
Apparently, women do reach a sexual peak at around 40 plus, which is exciting. I just turned 4. Hello. But, and perhaps you feel like yourself. But I think we were talking about when you feel sexiest to you. And they're saying which is sexiest to other partners. And for me at 28, I felt I looked sort of maybe aesthetically the most sexy.
Do you think most 53-year-olds, just that you see at the grocery store, feel like they're at their sexiest?
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And how many 53-year-olds look like the example we just gave?
Those 4
people.
I know,
that's unattainable.
I agree. I don't like that.
That's completely unattainable.
BJ, our social media guy, he raised his hand. We said 53-year-olds are sexy. So.
Oh, he likes 53? That's his type?
No, he is 53.
You misquoted him. It seems like
53? BJ, you look 35.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand and said I'm 53.
No, I said, oh, good, there's still time for him.
Yes.
All right.
BJ.
I didn't think he was 53,
no,
but I was like, good for you.
He's like 30s. Oh, 46. Right. Looking good.
BJ was just minding his own business, working on something else. I was like, BJ
raised his hand at his desk like, great. I was like, okay, good.
Love you, BJ. You were speaking of boob Ken doll Jeff.
I think it was in my subconscious.
Okay.
Don't forget about back fat Jeff. Ken doll Jeff.
We all think about back fat Jeff.
Back fat Jeff.
Okay, well, Ken is here, you guys. Ken is here. We are getting our first look at Ryan Gosling as Ken. Ryan will star in the live-action movie Barbie, set to release next year.
Is he 53 in that picture?
Woo, he looked good. Margot Robbie will play Barbie. Can we go back to Ryan Gosling? Let me see. Let's see. There he is. And you know this is a satire. I know everybody was upset at first. This is a parody.
It's kitschy. You kind of want that campy thing. Here's where I'm mad about, and it went viral, I think, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They don't have the...
it's timely.
Okay.
They don't have the what?
They don't have the... I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world.
Why would that be in there?
Because that's the Barbie song.
But that's not.
Know that.
That has nothing to... do with Mattel and Barbie?
It has the word. It's the Barbie song. You wanted that at the opening credits. I'm a Barbie girl.
2 on the nose.
It won't be.
Oh, because they announced it and it went viral 3 weeks ago.
2 on the nose, Tori. Here she thought that it was like going to completely.
I did.
Like everybody would be like, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone thought like the studio was going to get up in a conga line and just follow Tori.
Walking around with that information in your head. Like
I actually retweeted it. I said, what's the point then? Because that feels like plastic. It's that song is kitschy.
That's
it's perfect.
all Barbie is.
You don't
right. So why not?
You don't think the producers and the writers thought of that and then scratched that idea?
I think that's a bad idea
Scrapped
to scratch.
it.
You shouldn't scrap it.
Scrap it, scratch it. Speaking of Ken Man-Boob Jeff doll, the
second edition Back Fat Jeff.
Here's the sequel to Barbie and Ken.
Do they have me?
Shut up.
Here comes Jeff.
Oh, I hope they don't have.
Look at you, Jeff.
Right in there.
They need to adjust the body a little bit.
Schroeder.
You know what I mean?
Is that 31-year-old too?
Yeah, 31-year-old could eat a cheeseburger.
Wow.
Can I ask a question to everybody in here? Because I would think normally wearing a sleeveless denim vest, no one on the planet can get away with it. But
Jeray can.
If you are in great shape, will you look past that?
Yes. You could wear anything you want with a six-pack, guaranteed.
No.
Heck yeah.
No
Right.
way.
If I had a six-pack, I would be doing this show naked.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If I went to a bar, walk away, Tori.
Tori, you would like it.
Oh, God. Bye, Tori. Bye, Tori. Grab me some water, please.
Denim vest and
Yeah. Okay, so might as well just go to the next story. A plane
now Tori has to walk back in
I mean, now here she comes. Let's just let her sit in it. Hold
Yeah,
on.
let's let her do
Go on
that.
to the next.
No.
Go on.
Sit in it.
We're going to move.
You should have committed and came all around the way around.
I'm 40. I'm tired.
Okay. A plane with double-decker seats could soon be a reality. Imagine flying in something like this, okay? So this is the prototype. It has 2 ladder-like steps for travelers to use to access the top level. None of the seats move on the prototype, but they're each set up in a different position to indicate that they actually could recline, Jeff. Does that bother you? Because you don't like recliners.
First of all, I don't like planes. It's too big, and it's like, how does this thing even get off the ground? Now it's like double-decker. And then, did you see, could we play that, or roll that first picture? It's right in your face.
Why is it so claustrophobic?
I don't like how claustrophobic that is. And I'm not even claustrophobic. I'm just uncomfortable on airplanes. Me no like it.
I don't want someone's foot in my face.
Right.
That's foot in your face level.
It is, but I will say this. I'm sure it is dramatically cheaper. And if you do want to go overseas, especially we're thinking about this as like 40-year-olds are like, I want to be comfortable. 22, 23-year-old Al have been like, oh, if I can get to Europe for $400 on it being jammed in that seat for 8 hours, all right.
Double-decker airplanes are. I wish they could just make planes nice to be in.
You should take that idea to Shark Tank.
I'm just saying. We invented this.
Just nothing.
That means that you pay for first class.
I know, but we invented this amazing idea and invention, and then we stick us in tubes and we rack them up, and then we ask you.
Yes,
it's not
to make
pleasant.
a profit. That's what these companies are in business
I'd like
for.
it to be pleasant.
It used to not be that way.
Yeah.
People used to get dressed up to fly.
That's right.
The flight attendants had cute outfits. They brought you cookies. None of that happens anymore.
Because flights were only for the rich, and they were super expensive. Flights were expensive. They were for the rich. That's why you don't have that as much.
Like a nice, good train ride. I love a nice train ride.
I want to go. You know the Orient Express is back. Did you know that?
I didn't know it left.
Google the Orient Express. It is back, and it's gorgeous.
Where does it go?
It's expensive. I can't afford it. It goes from Paris to
Maybe Sam should Google it.
Just look at the cabins. The cabins are to die for. Coming up on DBL, have you ever left anything behind in an Uber? Maybe your keys, your phone. I can't imagine what Tori's left behind. What about a pound of caviar? We're talking about the oddest items drivers have found in their cars next.
Closed captioning provided by.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Even BJ.
Okay, I get it, but at this point, I'm asking you a real question. I take you out for beers, and you come and you show up, and you have a six-pack. It's fantasy land. There's nowhere close. And you show up in a denim vest with nothing else. I'd be like, I'm not sure I can sit next to you.
But I could pull it off. Is what I'm saying.
Jure could do it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you did that, you would look like such a nerd.
I'm not saying would I look good. I'm saying you could wear whatever you want and pull it off.
You
yeah.
Yes,
If I had a six-pack, I wouldn't be wearing a shirt right now.
See what I'm saying?
Obvious. I would just be
But you have a certain swag that's good.
Yeah, I'm a magical gay man. So
Hey, TM Kelly Schuberth. I called you that.
Thank you.
TM Kelly Schuberth, everybody.
2%. Anyways. 10, girl. We're talking billions.
Wear it.
You absolutely cannot.
Yes, you can.
Jure has on.
So
Jure can for some reason.
Jure can.
Yeah, he can. He's a magical gay man.
No, he's a young unicorn. Here, I'm going to give you a specific example. Jure, we were talking about sunglasses, and he told me to go to his website, ASOS.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And they have crazy outfits. Remember the one I was talking about?
Yes.
All those guys have six-packs, and they're wearing crazy stuff. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to get that for myself. And I looked at him like, I would look insane if I wore that. But the person with the six-pack looks good.
Just in case.
They don't look good either.
I don't think
Yes, they do.
this is a generalization, but I don't think straight girls like their straight boys to be dressed like that. It's almost too perfect. Like Jure's too perfect. Michael Dean's too perfect. Like it's true. Like I know you don't buy this when I say this. That girls like a little bit of like.
Oh, do not start the man bod to that.
Oh no,
a little bit of a dad bod. It's true.
If that was true, Ken would look like that. He wouldn't look like he's ready. Don't tell me back fat is sexy.
I don't think Ken is straight, and I think we know that.
Back fat.
I'm looking for a dad bod. I'm looking.
This story's for Tori. Welcome back. Have you ever been in a taxi or a rideshare and left something very important behind? Well, you're not alone. Uber's 2022 Lost and Found report is out, and people have forgotten some pretty strange things, like 10 whole pounds of hamburger meat.
Oh my gosh.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, you went to the grocery store, grabbed it.
You had some drinks, you didn't want to drive, and then you get back and you're like, where's the groceries? And you're like, uh-oh.
I could definitely, especially if it's in the trunk.
And then you could say this, where's the beef?
No.
That's true. Actually, that was good. Darn it, that was good. Okay, what about a bad painting of a moose?
That's
cute. I love that. I would be so sad if I lost that.
It is amusing.
Whoever left that is like, that's not a bad picture. And they're like, oh, that's where I left it. Yeah.
Okay, what about a pound of caviar? Well, one Uber rider did apparently left a bag of caviar.
Oh, that's Tori.
expensive.
How much money do you think that would have been?
How much would you get?
Tori would know.
I've never had caviar.
Well, it goes per pound. If you have really good, really good, so it could be like $100 a pound. It could be, and you use mother of pearl spoons so that you don't taste the metal of the metal in the caviar. So you need special setups for it.
Mother of pearl spoons?
Correct.
Bougie Tori.
Wow. Tori left her mother of pearl spoon in the car.
Is escargot more exclusive than caviar?
No way.
No, escargot is actually just snails, and they're just garlic and butter.
Oh. Which are delicious.
They're delicious.
Poor snails.
I'm so
when
sorry,
it rains,
Sam.
I get out early and I move the snails the snails from the walkways.
She's so good.
That's very strange. Like, think about what your neighbors must think. Like, oh, there's the woman, the post-rain snail woman. That's very strange.
Hey, I'm all for it. Someone reported forgetting tater tots. That's common.
Yeah.
I bet everybody forgets their tater tots.
Would you eat someone's tater tots that they left in an Uber?
No. Would you?
Listen, I was a waiter my whole life. Have you ever eaten off of someone else's plate?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But that's 20-year-old Sam.
That's what I'm saying.
20-year-old Jeff. Would 40-year-old?
49,
No,
50.
of course not. But when you're 22 living in California and someone didn't even touch their sushi, I might grab a piece.
Same.
Absolutely.
But that's nothing compared to this person who left behind their turtle.
No, that's
you
not
know
right.
They were upset.
They were. That's not right.
Yeah, they called. They were like, "Where's Ramona?"
Yeah.
That was my old turtle's name, Ramona.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like to do an ironic name like Speedy.
Did you ever have a turtle?
No, I didn't. But I did lose when I was in traveling abroad backpacking. I went on a train and I was going from Interlaken, Switzerland to France, and I got off the train, no joke. I left my wallet, I left my passport, I left my CDs, I left my Walkman and my mobile phone, and I just got up and left. What'd you do? I had to speak broken French for over 24 hours to the guards to explain it. The Swiss are so lovely, I got it back the next day. It was lovely.
No one took anything?
Not one thing. Maybe a couple of Dave Matthews CDs.
All of your
I got
stuff?
like this. I got up and just walked off. I do it a lot.
I know you do. I know. I know. And someone, you guys, forgot their teeth, Grandma's teeth.
Grandma's grills.
Teeth.
Yeah. That's...
Poor Grandma.
Oh, I'm sorry,
But when she probably noticed that pretty quickly, though, right?
Maybe it was her spare set. Remember, you had a couple spare sets of your retainers.
Invisaligns is what they're called, or Smile Direct. But like honestly, I don't know if that puts me in the same category as Grams. I appreciate you trying to tie it in for the viewer. So shout out to that.
We'll be right back.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Heldevier tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards, and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Independence Day is coming up, so we wanted to share some creative ways you can decorate your backyard for your 4th of July celebrations. Here's a great way to enjoy life outside with Sunsetter. The word of the day is patriotism. Did you guys know that? Okay, let your reds, whites, and blues fly. We're talking flags, themed pillows, pool floaties, and plasticware. But don't forget, it's going to be hot, so be sure to provide shade for your friends and family. With affordable custom features without the custom price, Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning. Spend more time outside and get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years. So call 1-800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings built to last. We'll be right back.
Promotional.
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify. Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures of how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer?
Chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are two distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
Okay, so I gotta talk about Jefftown, which is Grand Lake. I have to show you this video because Sophie proved to us that she's got a need for speed.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Look at her, that's a speedboat. Driving it with my dad.
Gosh.
Look how fast she's going, you guys. She's going full throttle. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Full speed. I got water in my face. I kept telling her, slow it down, Soph, slow it down. But I really want Jeff to go here because what I love about Grand Lake is, Jeff, you can fish. You can boat. That's us on the boat. That's a pontoon. Then we took the speedboat. But also
They
it's
let
just
6-year-olds drive speedboats.
Yep. You can get ice cream, Jeff, with the kids.
Where can you get that?
You can stop it. It's very homegrown. You can dance. Live music, Jeff.
Is this the town from Footloose?
It kind of is the town from Footloose. Wow. Okay, that's where we stayed. That's Grand Lake Cabins.
Sammy.
You guys don't go to a hotel. Go to Grand Lake Cabins. You get the full experience. And then look at this.
Oh,
That's
I love that.
That's what it's all about.
I'm in. All right, I'm going.
I know. I just want to thank Cam and Em for taking great care of us. Bye, guys.
It's me as well.
And me.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
first girlfriend in Hollywood.
What?
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Patricia Heaton slams Disney for replacing Tim Allen in the new Toy Story spin-off. Was this ageism in Hollywood? Plus, the new Buzz Lightyear, Chris Evans, calls out critics of the movie's same-sex kiss. Actress Cheryl Lee Ralph will be here live. She's telling us all about playing a teacher and the president in her latest shows.
The time is now.
Charlie Sheen reacts to his daughter joining OnlyFans, why he's blaming ex Denise Richards for their 18-year-old's decision. And you will not believe some of the oddest items left in Ubers, from a turtle to tater tots. Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
All right, welcome to DBL. I'm just back from a family vacation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a really cool video later.
All right.
And I was telling Jeff earlier, like the town I went to, Grand Lake, it should be called Jeff Schroeder because everything there is what Jeff likes to do. So we're gonna get to that.
It won't be the only town named Jeff Schroeder.
There we go. You're gonna open up a town one day?
I'm running for mayor.
Oh,
that was a line from my last movie.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Okay, but first we gotta talk about movies because they are making a big comeback this movie, especially with the huge success of both Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick, which have ranked in hundreds of millions of dollars, by the way. This weekend, Disney is releasing its own summer blockbuster, Lightyear. I cannot wait for this. So it's the origin story behind the iconic Toy Story character Buzz Lightyear. But here's the thing. In this film, Buzz is voiced by Chris Evans, not Tim Allen, who we all know played Buzz in the original Toy Story franchise. Now, Tim's friend, Patricia Heaton, is slamming Disney for this decision. Patricia tweeted, quote, "Saw the trailer for Buzz Lightyear, and all I can say is Disney/Pixar made a huge mistake not casting my pal Tim Allen in the role that he originated, the role that he owns. Tim is Buzz. Why would they completely castrate this iconic, beloved character?" DBL Nation, we gotta hear from you. Who would you prefer to voice Buzz Lightyear in this new film? Tim Allen, Chris Evans. Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. What do you think, Jeff?
You know, I would have liked to see Tim Allen do it and just kind of adjust the voice a little bit. But listen, we don't know what's happening behind the curtain, right? I see both sides to this. One, I definitely believe politics plays a role in this because Hollywood is very liberal, right? Very liberal. And if you voice your Republican side, it might cost you. And in this case, it might have cost Tim Allen this role. We don't know for sure. But on the other side, it is a business, right? And Chris Evans is a bigger name, or at least a more well-known name, than Tim Allen. So if you just want kids to know who Buzz Lightyear is, you say Chris Evans, oh, I know him, he's Captain America. That's going to make you more money, right? So if you just go strictly from a business standpoint, it makes sense. But it also makes sense that they're kind of pushing the Republicans out of Hollywood.
Sorry to really quickly.
No,
I don't like that Captain America is also Buzz Lightyear. I also have a problem with those two worlds being mixed because he's already known as a franchise of a superhero. If you mix that, I have a harder time investing my belief system.
But he's animated.
I know, but it's Chris Evans. You know what I mean?
Don't most voice actors do several characters?
Yeah. Not like iconic, like you don't go Batman to Spider-Man, or you don't do certain ones that kind of mix. It just, I would rather also have had Tim Allen, is all I was going to say.
But it's not Marvel versus DC Universe.
I know,
course.
just too
But
many.
I get what she's saying.
Really?
You can't be two superheroes.
How many powers
You know what I
do
mean?
they
No, you
have?
can't.
Look, well, let's stay on the superheroes topic and just say that, like, we constantly are turning over superheroes. How many, since Adam West, how many Batman have there been?
Right.
Since Spider-Man, how
But
many?
that came from a comic. This is he originated Buzz
Yes,
Lightyear
but if
from
you
Toy
want, if you want to
Story.
stay on the comic situation, this movie is about the actual astronaut. When we're talking about Buzz Lightyear, we're talking about the toy of the astronaut that we're watching now in this next movie. So they are two different characters if you just want to keep it there.
But isn't the toy supposed to have, the toy in Toy Story, it's not him just constantly talking. It's like the voice that he originated from this famous character. Like, that's why when you push the button in Toy Story and then you have the toy at home.
To infinity and beyond.
But guess who doesn't know any of this is 10-year-olds now. Guess who does? 40-year-olds. We have background in this. A 10-year-old just watching Lightyear for the first time
That's not
has no
true.
backstory or knows who Tim Allen is.
Wait
They
a
don't
second,
care.
though. Your kids, first of all,
My kids don't care about Tim Allen at all.
Okay,
they would not know who he was.
They don't know who Tim Allen is, but they know
not
his
at all.
voice. I know Sophie for a fact because she has the Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story all the way through Toy Story 4. She has those little figurines, and one of them does have the Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear voice. When we go to Disneyland and you play that one game/ride, it's all Buzz Lightyear's voice. I think it's going to be weird. As much as I'm happy that they're going to have a new, different take, I think it should have been Tim Allen's voice and maybe a little bit lighter.
Do people just get to have this character forever? Because Tim Allen is getting older. Sophie, as she gets older, is going to watch more and more of these movies, and Chris Evans is going to be a younger star to get older with her.
Do you remember when Mickey Mouse's voice changed?
No.
Barney Rubble.
Yes.
Barney Rubble changed. I'm like, who's this guy?
Totally.
And it was just his voice.
Same.
Yeah.
When I used to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse,
So
all
then,
of a sudden.
according to you guys, then there should have been no more Barney and no more Mickey Mouse because they own that character forever, just like Tim Allen.
No, but that's the debate we're having. Tim Allen, nothing's wrong with him. If someone passes on or chooses to get out of the business, that's one thing. But
His
someone's
voice is
forced
fine.
out of the business due to their political affiliation,
If that's
a
the
different
case,
thing.
yeah.
But that's a conversation we're having.
Forced out of a business. He had two sitcoms, national sitcoms go-to series. One, he did 204 episodes of Home Improvement. He did 194 episodes
How do you know
of the
this?
other.
'Cause he looked
we
it
were
up.
talking,
But
we were
Last
talking
Man
about
Standing
it.
was
So he's done
canceled.
400 episodes of network television, and he's being pushed out.
Well, no, it's
We
not
should
about
be so
that.
lucky.
I don't even, of course. I'm just saying the children watching will know his voice changed. That's all I'm saying.
My kids won't.
Let's see what our viewers say. 77% of you would prefer Tim Allen. All right. So Lightyear is also sparking controversy, though, for a completely different reason. It won't be shown in 14 Middle Eastern and Asian countries, including Saudi Arabia. It's all because the Disney film features a quote-unquote gay kiss. One of the main characters, named Hawthorne, reportedly kisses another female character. The kiss was removed, then put back in after some employees complained. Now Chris Evans is responding to critics who say the film's same-sex kiss pushes a pro-gay agenda. Chris told Reuters, quote, "The real truth is those people are idiots. There's always going to be people who are afraid and unaware and trying to hold on to what was before. But those people die off like dinosaurs. I think the goal is to pay them no mind, march forward, and embrace the growth that makes us human." Go ahead.
Oh, I just, giving context, he has a brother, Scott, who is out of the closet. And I think that's really important to say. Idiots, to me, kind of rubbed me a bit the wrong way. And I felt, okay, he's taking this personally. I don't love idiots, but I kind of get that. First off, though, just because two women kiss doesn't mean I'm saying, like, be gay. Like, if my friend kisses his husband, it's because he's a human being. And that's his relationship. There's no agenda to a kiss. So that's my first point. Second point, let's pretend it is an agenda. How many Disney movies have had a heteronormative agenda? Every prince is kissing the princess. Y'all don't know
Sometimes
it.
without consent.
Without consent. So maybe you didn't know it, but the agenda has been straight for decades. And so maybe this is just a moment to have because everyone sees that now. Sorry, I'm done.
No, I'm with you. I think representation matters. I don't like the idiot part, though.
Yeah, I don't. So just speaking to the idiot part, I love the bluntness, right? I call people idiots all the time. So
He
I'm on
does.
his side with this.
You call them bozos.
Bozos,
like
banana heads. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Banana
I'm saying
head
the
is
same
the
thing.
worst.
But if you're at that level, a lot of kids look up to Chris Evans. He's now Buzz Lightyear and Captain America. You have to be careful with what you say. This is the other side of Hollywood. And again, I'm being very general in this aspect. So if you're Tim Allen, you get kind of run out for being a Republican. This is the way Hollywood, quote unquote, wants you to think. If you don't think like this, you're an idiot. That's the other side. That's not what it is. There's an in-between like everything else. But Chris Evans needs to pick his words better. If you're trying to get some people to come over, a little squirrel, come eat out of my hand, you don't, hey, idiot! You don't say that. You know what I mean? You want it to be like, hey, listen, we all need to get used to this. This is going to be the future. And I'm getting played off? Wow.
We have 1 minute before it started.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry, my bad.
No, that was a great
What are you
point.
dancing for?
You're getting called off.
Your point stunk. At least I was making a good
Mine
point.
was fantastic. Fantastic point.
Idiot.
I made 2. Come here,
Coming up on DBL, Amber Heard admits she still loves Johnny Depp. She's explaining why, even after that messy trial. And fabulous friend of the show, Cheryl Lee Ralph, there she is. She is here live. We cannot wait to talk with her. Coming up next, Jazz Hands.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get. If we're gonna be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Sensitivity training says it has nothing to do with politics. Disney has already hired him to play Santa Claus again. I don't know. I hear that. And he can make money as Santa Claus.
And we don't know if that's the reason
we
why.
don't know why.
It's
But he and I are on we're not the same in terms of a lot of things. Everything. Except like
taste in food.
Okay, stop.
General hygiene.
However, hygiene. Whatever. We both agree, having lived in LA. I lived in there for 10 years. How long did you live in LA? Okay.
Altogether, maybe
Mine was
8
10,
years.
yeah. That there's definitely a bias, and you can't ignore that. Now, is that the reason? Maybe not. You're right to bring that up about Disney hiring him to play Santa Claus again. You're totally right. It's probably about money, which is what Al always says. It's always down to money, money, money.
You think Chris Evans requires less money than Tim Allen? Is that what you're saying, salary-wise? I don't think so.
It's whoever can make more money for them. So, for instance, someone just wrote in and said Disney just hired Tim Allen to play Santa Claus again. It's not about politics. Like you were saying, it's about the money.
I think we're discounting the fact that this was in large part a creative decision.
I also think
they wanted a voice like Chris Evans,
voice.
a younger voice that is it has a quality to it that's different than Tim Allen, who's more like the toy. You know what I mean?
Could Tim Allen lighten his voice?
It's over, buddy.
But wasn't this how Buzz got there?
It's like
so.
I totally see
Tim Allen's voice couldn't sound younger than where he already was 20 years ago.
No, it's about him. It's about the astronaut his toy was based off of.
Exactly. So it's supposed to be a younger creature.
Can't they just print something in digital?
Right. Well, I mean, you could have done something like that, but like, let's be honest. How old's Tim Allen?
Tim Allen seems a little bit older. What do we think? How old's Tim Allen? I don't have something I could use to actually ask. Oh wait, I do. You'll never know.
Welcome back. She is the heart and soul of Abbott Elementary, ABC's highest rated show since Modern Family.
Yeah,
I've watched every episode. I'm obsessed. We're going to talk all about that, though, in a few minutes. But first, we want to get her opinions on some serious topics in the news. We've missed her. Cheryl Lee Ralph, welcome back to DBL.
Hi. Miss Cheryl, it is so good to see you again. Let's just start. It's going to be a kind of a rough transition here with what just happened in Ohio yesterday. In case y'all didn't know, let me fill you in. The governor signed a bill that will allow teachers to now carry guns in classrooms after only 24 hours of training. I would love to get your take, and if maybe your husband has also spoken to you about it, because I know he's in politics as well. Love to hear your take on this.
I feel very sorry that we have chosen, as Americans, we have chosen to absolutely put guns in the classrooms with teachers. And the fact that we have lowered the hours of practicing. It was at first something like 700 hours. It is now down to 24 hours. I would also love us to think about the fact how many accidents happen in homes and situations where guns are in the room and children are involved. Children find the guns and awful things happen because children are inquisitive.
I agree with
I
you.
find it very difficult to accept this at a time when there are so many classrooms that do not have all the supplies they need to teach the children, yet you find it so easy to welcome guns into the classroom. What about books? What about crayons? What about pens? What about all the things that we see teachers scrabbling for on social media? What is going on in our minds that we choose guns, we choose violence over the love and the education and true safety of all of America's children?
Very well said. Very well said, Ms. Cheryl Lee. I love you, Cheryl. So I got to get to this question. Sticking with the same theme, it does seem like Congress is finally going to do something. Even Mitch McConnell is saying he supports the gun reform package proposed by a bipartisan group of senators. So what are your thoughts on this new legislation? Is something better than nothing in your eyes?
I want to see us come together. I want us to get off of the ledge of this side against that side.
Amen.
I want, when it comes to things about humanity, I want, when it comes to things about family, community, the things that really make us great, that we all come together and stop choosing, no, I'm over here, or I'm over here, and we can't come together. It's awful. It's a disease that is infecting us all right now, and we have got to get over it because the left and the right must come together.
Amen,
Whether
Cheryl.
that's in prayer,
Yes,
whether that's in solidarity, but we must come together.
And hopefully in action, right? From your lips to God's ears. Cheryl Lee Ralph is sticking around with us. We've got a whole lot more with her after the break.
Very good.
This was...
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Heldevier tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards, and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Teachers at a school like Abbott, we have to be able to do it all. We are admin, we are social workers, we are therapists, we are second parents. Hell, sometimes we're even first. Why? It's showing the money.
I could make more work in the street. Easy.
That's the best show.
She's so good.
Welcome back to DBL. That was a clip from Abbott Elementary, and it is returning to ABC this fall.
Yes,
and
of
Dreamgirls
course it is.
Cheryl Lee Ralph is back with us to talk about her latest and Hollywood and more.
Cheryl, you are like DBL royalty. So just, I can't
She's
even
the
say
queen.
welcome back as your family. So you're just here. Sometimes you're on, sometimes, but you're always here with us. I love your show. You know, I taught middle school for 5 years, so it hits me in a different place. Middle school science. Shout out to Highland Oaks. And you know, Cheryl, your husband, Philadelphia Senator Vincent Hughes, works to be to better inner city schools like Abbott Elementary. So, does your character Barbara from the show have anything in common with like what you've gone through with a husband that works closely with these schools?
You know something, it's so amazing that God would put me in this show at this time on a subject that my husband, like you said, has been fighting for his whole career. And that is to better the education in Philadelphia's schools, Pennsylvania's schools, for all of the children, not just good education for some and bad education for others, but great education for all of our children. And I thank God that I'm able to help amplify that message just by being Barbara Howard, the teacher you never forget at Abbott Elementary, which is also in Philadelphia, which is also, it would be fictionally in my husband's constituency.
That is so and I was going to say, yes, fictionally, but like there's a lot of people watching your show for real that are 12, 13 years old that will grow up to become educators and people in this space because of what they're seeing from you. So you're doing God's work.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud of the show.
You should
Abbott
be.
is doing so much for so many people, and I'm very proud of Quinta and my cast and the amazing job we all get to do together.
I was going to say, Quinta has just absolutely blown my mind. When you do the gardening scenes, that's my favorite. When Barbara Howard goes into the gardening. She's so good.
So funny.
Sorry. I love that. Now, another TV show, Motherland Fort Salem, is also back for a third and its final season. Now, you play the president of the U.S. in this supernatural drama, and I would like to know what it's like starring in both a drama and like a supernatural drama and a really tight, well-written comedy at the same time.
You know, for me, I honestly have to say this has been an incredible blessing for me as an actor. I actually get to use my skills. You know, when I was doing Ray Donovan, I was shooting a comedy at the same time back then, and it was called Instant Mom. So I would do comedy in the day and I would do the drama at night. So here I am once again doing this, like you said, well-written comedy and this strong drama on the other end. And I just have to say, wow, thank you, God. Thank you for the writers and producers who believe in my talent to let me be able to do that in my career. It's so wonderful not to be typecast. It's so wonderful to be seen for the breadth of my abilities. And most actors, you don't get that. People want to put you in a little box, but here I am doing dramedy at the same time doing comedy, and I love it.
Not Cheryl. What a blessing.
I just want to say it's really sad to watch Cheryl's career tail off like this.
There's no ending for that. She just dropped off.
Two-show situation.
I know.
She's zero. It's really sad.
Exactly. So I wanted to get your opinion on this, Cheryl, because fellow dream girl Jennifer Hudson officially, this is so cool, achieved EGOT status. Have you been in touch with her? And if not, is there anything that you might want to say to her?
Oh, listen, I am so excited for her because this is just absolutely wonderful. I said to myself, oh my God, I'm not working hard enough. I've got more work to do. But I'll tell you a little J. Hud story. Jennifer and I worked together on a series called Smash, and I played her mother.
Wow.
And when I walked into my dressing room the first morning of shooting, I could not get into the room because Jennifer had filled that room with the most enormous floral arrangements with a card that said, thank you for everything you have done for me to be here. And I was just like,
She literally and figuratively gave her her flowers. You're right.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool. Cheryl, you're the best. We adore you. Congratulations on all your continued success. DBL Nation, you got to be on the lookout for season 2 of Abbott Elementary this fall on ABC. And the final season of Motherland Fort Salem premieres Tuesday on Hulu. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Cheryl.
Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify.
Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures of how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer?
Chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are two distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
If they only knew what we were talking about. What comments do we have, Tori?
You are so right.
Gaming.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, okay. Real Royalty writes in and says, Cheryl Lee Ralph is a dream girl forever, which we totally agree. And Barbara says, I love Abbott Elementary. She's fantastic in it. And I have to say, it's one of the best. It is like Modern Family. It's an ABC hit, and we haven't seen one of those in a long time. The writing sharp, the acting sharp, great timing. Your friend's in it, and she's fantastic.
Yeah,
Has her life completely changed?
I'm
She
sure.
plays Ava, everyone, the principal.
Yeah. Yes, I just remember having conversations with her when she was still like a mom. She had a teenage son at that point, and like deciding whether to do stand-up. And now here we are on TV talking about
like the #1 hit show.
Yes.
Yeah. Congrats to her. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here's what's ahead. Amber Heard says she still loves Johnny Depp, but why even after going head-to-head in court? And Charlie Sheen says he's not happy about his daughter joining OnlyFans, how it's igniting his feud with ex Denise Richards.
us have heard the saying, you should drink 8 glasses of water a day. With this heat, is that enough water? The question, should everyone always be drinking exactly 8 glasses of water a day? Let's verify.
Our source is cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and the Mayo Clinic. According to the Mayo Clinic, water makes up about 50 to 70% of our body weight. Water also keeps your temperature normal, lubricates and cushions joints, and protects sensitive tissue. But Dr. Coley says many may not need the traditional 8 glasses.
Every day should not necessarily be the same amount. It should be adjusted up and down based on what you're doing.
So where does the standard 8 glasses of water come from?
That 8 glasses of water came from the fact that, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, for about every calorie that you consume, you need about 1 milliliter of water. That's about 2 liters or about 8 glasses.
Coley says the best way to tell if you're getting enough water in your system is the color of your urine.
It should be very light color. If it's starting to get dark yellow, that means you're not drinking enough.
It also depends on your activity level and if you are in a warm environment. The Mayo Clinic states most healthy people stay hydrated by drinking water and other fluids whenever they feel thirsty. For some people, fewer than 8 glasses a day might be enough, but others may need more. Dr. Coley says you can actually get water poisoning if you drink too much.
You drink so much water that you dilute out the salt in your blood.
So we can verify that no, not everybody should always drink exactly 8 glasses of water a day. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
You two need to quit fighting.
What happened?
Everything's fine.
There was an issue over the iPad.
Yeah, fighting over the iPad. Okay, children.
One didn't want it and one did.
Okay, enough. We are hearing more from Amber Heard. During her interview with the Today Show, Savannah asked Amber if she still loves Johnny Depp after their explosive trial. Take a look at her answer.
I love him. I loved him with all my heart. And I tried the best I could to make a deeply broken relationship work. And I couldn't. I have no bad feelings or ill will towards him at all.
Can I just say, going through the audition process in California and doing auditions, that seemed like an audition to me.
Felt like she was still on the stand.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, could you do it again with a little more realism and compassion? That felt like it was just a bad read. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. That's what I saw.
No, it felt insincere, and I hate saying that because I'm one that always wants to believe women, but not all women.
But you want to believe survivors.
Yes.
You don't want to believe all women, because a lot of people wrote me and the show, and they said, on tape, she's been proven to have hit and punched him. She's admitted to that. That makes her an abuser. And at some point, the Me Too movement was about everybody being protected. So, yeah, I think this is so stupid. I think she's digging another hole. And I think she should be, as you guys say, or people say, canceled, or as I say, consequence. You got to go away for a while. Because nobody likes you, nobody trusts you, and you're killing any opportunity to come back, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that she's never, because we always talk about Amber Heard, and I think when we see her up against somebody like Johnny Depp, he's clearly the bigger star, and she kind of seems like an obscure person, but she's not. She's a very successful person that has been successful for most of her life. She's an Aquaman too. That's all most people's dream board. Right. She is a successful person, and she has probably never met with a situation that she could not handle by putting on her Amber Heard eyes and that voice and saying,
how did it ever work, though?
Get back to where.
Does she deserve all this criticism from the entire world, in your opinion?
I think if you defame someone against the law, the jury convicted her. Yes. I don't know why we hold back because
it's a little heavy-handed?
I think it's a heavy-handed.
For a toxic relationship that
she lied.
Most people have been in. Most people.
Do you know how many survivors are feeling after listening to her? They are triggering. That she is triggering to them because she is lying and she is exploiting them and diluting the message.
I'd agree with that.
All right.
I'd agree with that, but I just think it was a super toxic relationship on both parts.
I only have proof of one abuse, and that's from her on video and audio.
All right. Tori, the juror over there.
All right, but the finger, too.
So I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry.
Don't tick off Tori. Okay, so Charlie Sheen is not happy with the choices his teen daughter is making. 18-year-old Sammy joined OnlyFans, an online platform that allows fans to pay for content that tends to be sexual in nature. Charlie recently told E! News that he does not condone his daughter's decision to be on the site, and it did not occur under his roof. He's urging her to, quote, keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity. However, Sammy's mom, Denise Richards, is defending their daughter's choice, telling People magazine that the choice wasn't based on whose house she lives in, and she is trusting her daughter's judgment to make her own choices. What would you do?
This is like, as a parent, kind of like your worst nightmare. And I know there's other parents out there nowadays that encourage that. I don't, okay? In my house, I don't want my daughter on an OnlyFans page.
Right?
Or son, yes, exactly. I don't want that, right? And so it's kind of like, and I also believe in karma, which a lot of people don't. It's the bad decisions that you made earlier in life that come out to pay later on. Charlie Sheen has made some interesting decisions in his life. So if you don't believe in karma, I don't know what this is, but as an 18-year-old, it's a serious situation to have your daughter, because of his fame and your wife's fame, people tuning in just to see that, not necessarily her. It's a weird like psychology around it.
The tagline underneath it said, subscribe for exclusive content. I'm assuming that's not political rhetoric. We all know what that means. And honestly, as a 44-year-old dad of a daughter, this would be a complete failure to me. Yeah. I try and, I want everybody to, express themselves the way that they feel like they need to. But at 18 years old, I would hope that I had enough influence over my son or daughter's life for them to say, I could be like, I see stuff that you don't see coming down the road. And posting photos like this, the attention from the people that are going after 18-year-olds that are just barely 18, that crop of people is not who I want following my daughter or my son. And I wonder if maybe if Charlie, this is just seems like a way to get men's attention, and maybe there was a man's attention that she wanted growing up that she didn't get.
Right. No, as a parent too, I just echo both y'all's sentiments.
Like, what if Sophie was like,
listen, I'm not going to shame anyone that does it. Just I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I would see it, to your point. I don't want to regurgitate you, but it would be my failure because I think that they model our behavior, and I would go, what did I do to make her think that is okay?
And that's her first decision at 18, not like invest in a house.
Go work at a Jamba Juice.
That was a very random.
I worked at Jamba Juice.
Clearly. Passion Sunset.
Like, work at the gift shop at the zoo. That was very strange.
I'm just saying, just get a job. It's not a big deal. You don't have to make tons of money. Come on. Okay, so at what point in life does a person feel sexiest, huh?
Today.
Right now, 44?
I felt sexy to myself mostly at 28.
Oh, 28. That's oddly specific.
That really was.
I mean,
oddly.
Dear diary. Today
I did. I felt like I was a Tory. I got what Tory was.
What about you?
I'm going to go specific too. 31. 31. My early 30s. I don't know, a lot of change for me in my life in my early 30s.
That was when you were your sexiest.
Listen, food metabolized a little better in my body. I felt good about myself.
Six-pack apple on Big Brother.
Listen, if anyone's looking for a man boob Ken doll, it's me.
Well, there is a survey out that tells you what the sexiest age out. So according to the poll, the sexiest age, drumroll please, 53. 53, which I'm so happy about this because we all have something to look forward to. So these are just some of the celebs at that age. We got Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd. Okay, 53 already. J-Lo, Shamar Moore, who I'm obsessed with, will be turning 53 in the next year.
But these people have trainers.
They do. They have trainers.
Yes,
they're like insanely good looking.
Yes.
Naturally.
Yes.
But more than half the people in the poll said that they felt friskiest in the bedroom at 53.
No one says frisky.
No one says frisky.
Please stop saying that.
No, we're saying frisky because we can't say the other word. Come on, you guys.
But then you don't say anything. You don't say frisky. Then just remain silent.
Okay, 41% said they felt most comfortable in their skin at 53.
Apparently, women do reach a sexual peak at around 40 plus, which is exciting. I just turned hello, but and perhaps you feel like yourself. But I think we were talking about when you feel sexiest to you, and they're saying which is sexiest to other partners. And for me, at 28, I looked sort of maybe aesthetically the most sexy.
Do you think most 53-year-olds just that you see at the grocery store feel like they're at their sexiest?
Right, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And how many 53-year-olds look like the examples we just gave?
Those 4
I know,
people.
that's unattainable.
I agree, I don't like that.
That's completely
And
unattainable.
BJ, our social media guy, he raised his hand when we said 53-year-olds are sexy. So.
Oh, he likes 53-year-olds? That's his type?
No, he is 53.
You misquoted him, it seems like.
53? BJ, you look 35.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand and said I'm 53.
No, I said, oh, good, there's still time for him.
Yes.
all right.
BJ.
I didn't think he was 53,
No,
but I was like, good for you.
He's like 30s. Oh, 46. Looking good.
BJ was just minding his own business, working on something else. I was like, BJ!
raised his hand at his desk like, great. I was like, okay, good.
Love you, BJ. You were speaking of boob Kendall Jeff.
I think it was in my subconscious.
Okay.
Don't forget about back fat Jeff. Kendall Jeff.
We all think about
my favorite Jeff Dowd. Back fat Jeff.
Okay, well, Ken is here, you guys. Ken is here. We are getting our first look at Ryan Gosling as Ken. Ryan will star in the live-action movie Barbie, set to release next year.
Is he 53 in that picture?
Woo, he looked good. Margot Robbie will play Barbie. Can we go back to Ryan Gosling? Let me see. Let's see. There he is. And you know this is a satire. I know everybody was upset at first. This is a parody.
It's kitschy. You kind of want that campy thing. Here's where I'm mad about, and it went viral, I think, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They don't have the...
it's timely.
Okay. They don't have the what?
They don't have the... I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world.
Why would that be in there?
Because that's the Barbie song.
But that's not.
I know that.
That has nothing to do with Mattel and Barbie.
It has the word. It's the Barbie song. You wanted that at the opening credits. I'm a Barbie girl.
2 on the nose.
You know it won't be?
Oh, because they announced it and it went viral 3 weeks ago.
2 on the nose, Tori. Here she thought that it was like going to completely.
I did.
Like everybody would be like, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone thought like the studio was going to get up in a conga line and just follow Tori.
Walking around with that information in your head like
I
a couple
actually
weeks ago.
retweeted it. I said, what's the point then? Because that feels like plastic. It's that song is kitschy.
That's
it's perfect.
all Barbie is.
You don't
Right. So why not?
You don't think the producers and the writers thought of that and then scratched that idea?
I think that's a bad idea to scratch.
It.
You shouldn't scrap it.
Scrap it, scratch it. Speaking of Ken Man Boob Jeff doll,
The second edition Back Fat Jeff.
Here's the sequel to Barbie and Ken.
Do they have
Shut up. Here comes Jeff.
Oh, I hope they don't have...
Look at you, Jeff.
Right in there.
They need to adjust the body a little
Jeff
bit.
Schroeder.
You know what I mean?
Is that 31-year-old Jeff?
Yeah, 31-year-old could eat a cheeseburger.
Wow.
Can I ask a question to everybody in here? Because I would think normally wearing a sleeveless denim vest, no one on the planet can get away with it. But
Jure can.
If you are in great shape, will you look past that?
Yes. You could wear anything you want with a six-pack, guaranteed.
No.
Heck, yeah.
No way.
If I had a six-pack, I would be doing the show naked.
Oh, God.
If I went to a bar, walk away, Tori.
Tori, you would like it.
Oh, God. Bye, Tori. Bye, Tori. Grab me some water, please. Yeah. Okay, so might as well just go to the next story. A plane
now Tori has to walk back in
I mean, now here she comes. Let's just let her sit in it.
Yeah, let's let her do
Go on
that.
to the next.
No,
Go on. Sit in it.
We're going to move.
You should have committed and came all around the way around.
I'm 40. I'm tired.
Okay. A plane with double-decker seats could soon be a reality. Imagine flying in something like this, okay? So this is the prototype. It has 2 ladder-like steps for travelers to use to access the top level. None of the seats move on the prototype, but they're each set up in a different position to indicate that they actually could recline, Jeff. Does that bother you? Because you don't like recliners.
First of all, I don't like planes. It's too big, and it's like, how does this thing even get off the ground? Now it's like double-decker. And then, did you see, can we play that, or roll that first picture? It's right in your face.
Why is it so claustrophobic?
I don't like how claustrophobic that is. And I'm not even claustrophobic. I'm just uncomfortable on airplanes. Me no likey.
I don't want someone's foot in my face.
Right.
That's foot in your face level.
It is, but I will say this. I'm sure it is dramatically cheaper And if you do want to go overseas, especially we're thinking about this as like 40-year-olds are like, I want to be comfortable. 22, 23-year-old Al have been like, oh, if I can get to Europe for $400 on it being jammed in that seat for 8 hours, all right.
I took it.
Yeah,
Double-decker airplanes are. I wish they could just make planes nice to be in.
You should take that idea to Shark Tank.
I'm just saying. We invented this.
Just nothing.
You pay for first class.
I know, but we invented this amazing idea and invention, and then we stick us in tubes and we rack them up, and then we ask you.
Yes,
it's not
to make
pleasant.
a profit. That's what these companies are in business for.
I'd like it to be
Right.
pleasant.
It used to not be that way.
Yeah.
People used to get dressed up to fly.
That's right.
The flight attendants had cute outfits. They brought you cookies. None of that happens anymore.
Because flights were only for the rich, and they were super expensive. Flights were expensive. They were for the rich. That's why you don't have that as much.
Like a nice, good train ride.
Yes.
I love a nice train ride.
I want to go. You know the Orient Express is back. Did you know that?
I didn't know it left.
Google the Orient Express. It is back, and it's gorgeous.
Where does it go?
It's expensive. I can't afford it. It goes from Paris to somewhere.
Maybe Sam should Google it.
Just look at the cabins. The cabins are to die for.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up on DBL, have you ever left anything behind in an Uber? Maybe your keys, your phone. I can't imagine what Tori's left behind. What about a pound of caviar? We're talking about the oddest items drivers have found in their cars next.
Closed captioning provided by.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Even BJ.
Okay, I get it, but at this point, I'm asking you a real question. I take you out for beers, and you come and you show up, and you have a six-pack. It's fantasy land. There's nowhere close. And you show up in a denim vest with nothing else. I'd be like, I'm not sure I can sit next to you.
But I could pull it off. Is what I'm saying.
Jure could do it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you did that, you would look like such a nerd.
I'm not saying would I look good. I'm saying you could wear whatever you want and pull it off.
Yes, if I had a six-pack, I wouldn't be wearing a shirt right now.
See what I'm saying?
Like, obvious. Like, I would just be
But you have a certain swag that's good.
Yeah, I'm a magical gay man. So
Hey, TM Kelly Schuberth. I called you that.
Thank you.
TM Kelly Schuberth, everybody.
2%. Anyways. 10, girl. We're talking billions.
Wear it.
You absolutely cannot.
Yes, you can.
Jure has on. Jure can for some reason. Jure can. Yeah, he can. He's a magical gay man.
No, he's a young unicorn. Here, I'm going to give you a specific example. Jure, we were talking about like sunglasses, and he told me to go to his website, ASOS.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And they have crazy outfits. Remember the one I was talking about?
Yes.
All those guys have six-packs, and they're wearing crazy stuff. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to get that for myself. And I looked at him like, I would look insane if I wore that. But the person with the six-pack looks good.
Just in case.
They don't look good either.
I don't think
Yes, they do.
this is a generalization, but I don't think straight girls like their straight boys to be dressed like that. It's almost too perfect. Like Jure's too perfect. Michael Dean's too perfect. Like it's true. Like I know you don't buy this when I say this. That girls like a little bit of like.
Oh, do not start the man bod to that.
Oh no.
A little bit of a dad bod. It's true.
If that was true, Ken would look like that. He wouldn't look like he's rich. Don't tell me fat is sexy.
I don't think Ken is straight, and I think we know that.
I'm looking for a dad bod. I'm looking.
This story's for Tori. Welcome back. Have you ever been in a taxi or a rideshare and left something very important behind? Well, you're not alone. Uber's 2022 Lost and Found report is out, and people have forgotten some pretty strange things, like 10 whole pounds of hamburger meat.
Oh my gosh.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, you went to the grocery store, grabbed
You had some drinks, you didn't want to drive, and then you get back and you're like, where's the groceries? And you're like, uh-oh.
I could definitely, especially if it's in the trunk.
And then you could say this, where's the beef?
No.
No. That's pretty good. Actually, that was good. Darn it, that was good. Okay, what about a bad painting of a moose? That's cute. I love that. I would be so sad if I lost that.
It is amusing.
Whoever left that is like, that's not a bad picture. And they're like, oh, that's where I left it. Yeah.
Okay, what about a pound of caviar? Well, one Uber rider did apparently left a bag of caviar.
Oh, that's
It's
Tori.
expensive.
How much money do you think that would have been?
How much would you get?
Tori would know.
I've never had caviar.
Well, it goes per pound. If you have really good, really good, so it could be like $100 a pound. It could be, and you use mother of pearl spoons so that you don't taste the metal in the caviar. So you need special setups for it.
Mother of pearl spoons?
Correct.
Bougie Tori.
Wow. Tori left her mother of pearl spoon in the car.
Is escargot more exclusive than caviar?
No way.
No, escargot is actually just snails, and they're just garlic and butter.
Oh. Which are delicious.
They're delicious.
Poor snails.
I'm so
when
sorry,
it rains,
Sam.
I get out early and I move the
She
stains from
does.
the snails from the walkways.
She's so good.
That's very strange. Like, think about what your neighbors must think. Like, oh, there's the woman, the post-rain snail woman. That's very strange.
Hey, I'm all for it.
I love
Someone
it.
reported forgetting tater tots. That's common.
Yeah.
I bet everybody forgets their tater tots.
Would you eat someone's tater tots that they left in an Uber?
No. Would you?
Listen, I was a waiter my whole life. Have you ever eaten off of someone else's plate?
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
But that's 20-year-old Sam
That's
and
what I'm saying.
20-year-old Jeff. Would 4-year-old?
49,
No,
50.
of course not. But when you're 22 living in California and someone didn't even touch their sushi, I might grab a piece.
Same.
Absolutely.
But that's nothing compared to this person who left behind their turtle.
No, that's
you
not
know
right.
they were upset.
They were. That's not right.
Yeah, they called. They were like, "Where's Ramona?"
Yeah.
That was my old turtle's name, Ramona.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like to do an ironic name like Speedy.
Did you ever have
cute.
a turtle?
No, I didn't. But I did lose when I was in traveling abroad backpacking. I went on a train and I was going from Interlaken, Switzerland to France. And I got off the train, no joke. I left my wallet, I left my passport, I left my CDs, I left my Walkman and my mobile phone. And I just got up and left.
What'd you do?
I had to speak broken French for over 24 hours to the guards to explain it. The Swiss are so lovely, I got it back the next day. It was lovely.
No one took anything?
Not one thing. Maybe a couple of Dave
How did
Matthews
you leave
CDs.
all of your
I got
stuff?
like this. I got up and just walked off. I do it a lot.
I know you do. I know. And someone, you guys, forgot their teeth, Grandma's teeth.
Grandma's grills.
teeth.
Yeah. That's,
Poor Graham.
I'm sorry,
but when she probably noticed that pretty quickly, though, right?
Maybe it was her spare set. Remember, you had a couple spare sets of your retainers.
Invisaligns is what they're called, or Smile Direct. But like honestly, I don't know if that puts me in the same category as Graham. But I appreciate you trying to tie it in for the viewer. So shout out to that.
We'll be right back.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Heldevier tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Independence Day is coming up, so we wanted to share some creative ways you can decorate your backyard for your 4th of July celebrations. Here's a great way to enjoy life outside with Sunsetter. The word of the day is patriotism. Did you guys know that? Okay, let your reds, whites, and blues fly. We're talking flags, themed pillows, pool floaties, and plasticware. But don't forget, it's going to be hot, so be sure to provide shade for your friends and family. With affordable custom features without the custom price, Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning. Spend more time outside and get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years. So call 1-800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings built to last. We'll be right back.
Promotional.
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify.
Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures of how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer:
chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are two distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
Okay, so I gotta talk about Jefftown, which is Grand Lake. I have to show you this video because Sophie proved to us that she's got a need for speed.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Look at her, that's a speedboat. Driving it with my dad.
Gosh.
Look how fast she's going, you guys. She's going full throttle. throttle. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Full speed. I got water in my face. I kept telling her, slow it down, Soph, slow it down. But I really want Jeff to go here because what I love about Grand Lake is, Jeff, you can fish. You can boat. That's us on the boat. That's a pontoon. Then we took the speedboat. But also
They
it's
let
just
6-year-olds drive speedboats.
Yep. You can get ice cream, Jeff, with the kids.
Where can you get that?
You can stop it. It's very homegrown. You can dance. Live music, Jeff.
Is this the town from Footloose?
It kind of is the town from Footloose. Wow. Okay, that's where we stayed. That's Grand Lake Cabins.
Sammy.
You guys don't go to a hotel. Go to Grand Lake Cabins. You get the full experience. And then look at this.
Oh,
That's
I love that.
That's what it's all about.
I'm in. All right, I'm going.
I know. I just want to thank Cam and Em for taking great care of us. Bye, guys.
It's me as well.
And me.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Woo, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
What?
Yes, Mary Lou.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
Patricia Heaton slams Disney for replacing Tim Allen in the new Toy Story spin-off. Was this ageism in Hollywood? Plus, the new Buzz Lightyear, Chris Evans, calls out critics of the movie's same-sex kiss. Actress Cheryl Lee Ralph will be here live. She's telling us all about playing a teacher and the president in her latest shows.
The time is now.
Charlie Sheen reacts to his daughter joining OnlyFans, why he's blaming ex Denise Richards for their 18-year-old's decision. And you will not believe some of the oddest items left in Ubers, from a turtle to tater tots. Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
All right, welcome to DBL. I'm just back from a family vacation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a really cool video later.
All right.
And I was telling Jeff earlier, like the town I went to, Grand Lake, it should be called Jeff Schroeder because everything there is what Jeff likes to do. So we're gonna get to that.
It won't be the only town named Jeff Schroeder.
There we go.
You're gonna open up a town one day?
I'm running for mayor.
Oh,
that was a line from my last movie.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Okay, but first we gotta talk about movies because they are making a big comeback this movie, especially with the huge success of both Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick, which have ranked in hundreds of millions of dollars, by the way. This weekend, Disney is releasing its own summer blockbuster, Lightyear. I cannot wait for this. So it's the origin story behind the iconic Toy Story character Buzz Lightyear. But here's the thing. In this film, Buzz is voiced by Chris Evans, not Tim Allen, who we all know played Buzz in the original Toy Story franchise. Now, Tim's friend, Patricia Heaton, is slamming Disney for this decision. Patricia tweeted, quote, "Saw the trailer for Buzz Lightyear, and all I can say is Disney/Pixar made a huge mistake not casting my pal Tim Allen in the role that he originated, the role that he owns. Tim is Buzz. Why would they completely castrate this iconic, beloved character?" DBL Nation, we gotta hear from you. Who would you prefer to voice Buzz Lightyear in this new film? Tim Allen, Chris Evans. Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. What do you think, Jeff?
You know, I would have liked to see Tim Allen do it and just kind of adjust the voice a little bit. But listen, we don't know what's happening behind the curtain, right? I see both sides to this. One, I definitely believe politics plays a role in this because Hollywood is very liberal, right? Very liberal. And if you voice your Republican side, it might cost you. And in this case, it might have cost Tim Allen this role. We don't know for sure. But on the other side, it is a business, right? And Chris Evans is a bigger name, or at least a more well-known name, than Tim Allen. So if you just want kids to know who Buzz Lightyear is, you say Chris Evans, oh, I know him, he's Captain America. That's going to make you more money, right? So if you just go strictly from a business standpoint, it makes sense. But it also makes sense that they're kind of pushing the Republicans out of Hollywood.
Sorry to really quickly.
No,
I don't like that Captain America is also Buzz Lightyear. I also have a problem with those two worlds being mixed because he's already known as a franchise of a superhero. If you mix that, I have a harder time investing my belief system.
But he's animated.
I know, but it's Chris Evans. You know what I mean?
Don't most voice actors do several characters?
Yeah. Not like iconic, like you don't go Batman to Spider-Man, or you don't do certain ones that kind of mix. It just, I would rather also have had Tim Allen. Is all I was going to say.
But it's not Marvel versus DC universe.
I know. Just too many.
I get what she's saying.
Really?
You can't be two superheroes.
How many powers
you know what I mean? No, you can't.
Look, well, let's stay on the superheroes topic and just say that, like, we constantly are turning over superheroes. How many, since Adam West, how many Batman have there been?
Right.
Since Spider-Man, how
but
many?
That came from a comic. He originated Buzz Lightyear
but if you want to stay on the comic situation, this movie is about the actual astronaut. When we're talking about Buzz Lightyear, we're talking about the toy of the astronaut that we're watching now in this next movie. So they are two different characters if you just want to keep it there.
But isn't the toy supposed to have, the toy in Toy Story, it's not him just constantly talking. It's like the voice that he originated from this famous character. Like, that's why when you push the button in Toy Story and then you have the toy at home.
To infinity and beyond.
But guess who doesn't know any of this is 10-year-olds now. Guess who does? 40-year-olds. We have background in this. A 10-year-old just watching Lightyear for the first time has no backstory or knows who Tim Allen is.
Wait a second, though. Your kids, first of all,
my kids don't care about Tim Allen at all.
Okay,
they would not know who he was.
They don't know who Tim Allen is, but they know his voice. I know Sophie for a fact because she has the Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story all the way through Toy Story 4. She has those little figurines, and one of them does have the Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear voice. When we go to Disneyland and you play that one game/ride, it's all Buzz Lightyear's voice. I think it's going to be weird. As much as I'm happy that they're going to have a new, different take, I think it should have been Tim Allen's voice and maybe a little bit lighter.
Do people just get to have this character forever? Because Tim Allen is getting older. Sophie, as she gets older, is going to watch more and more of these movies, and Chris Evans is going to be a younger star to get older with her.
Do you remember when Mickey Mouse's voice changed?
No.
Barney Rubble.
Yes.
Barney Rubble changed. I'm like, who's this guy?
Totally.
And it was just his voice.
Same. When I used to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse,
So
all
then,
of a sudden.
according to you guys, then there should have been no more Barney and no more Mickey Mouse because they own that character forever, just like Tim Allen.
No, but that's the debate we're having. Tim Allen, nothing's wrong with him. If someone passes on or chooses to get out of the business, that's one thing. But if someone's forced out of the business due to their political affiliation, that's a different thing. But that's a conversation we're having.
Forced out of a business. He had two sitcoms, national sitcoms go-to series. One, he did 204 episodes of Home Improvement. He did 194 episodes of the other.
Because he looked it up. But Last Man Standing was
canceled. So he's done 400 episodes of network television, and he's being pushed out.
Well, no, it's not about
that. We should be so lucky.
I don't even, of course. I'm just saying the children watching will know his voice changed. That's all I'm saying.
My kids won't.
Let's see what our viewers say. 77% of you would prefer Tim Allen. All right. So Lightyear is also sparking controversy, though, for a completely different reason. It won't be shown in 14 Middle Eastern and Asian countries, including Saudi Arabia. It's all because the Disney film features a quote-unquote gay kiss. One of the main characters, named Hawthorne, reportedly kisses another female character. The kiss was removed, then put back in after some employees complained. Now Chris Evans is responding to critics who say the film's same-sex kiss pushes a pro-gay agenda. Chris told Reuters, quote, "The real truth is those people are idiots. There's always going to be people who are afraid and unaware and trying to hold on to what was before. But those people die off like dinosaurs. I think the goal is to pay them no mind, march forward, and embrace the growth that makes us human." Go ahead.
Oh, giving context, he has a brother, Scott, who is out of the closet. And I think that's really important to say. Idiots to me kind of rubbed me a bit the wrong way, and I felt, okay, he's taking this personally. I don't love idiots, but I kind of get that. First off, though, just because two women kiss doesn't mean I'm saying, like, be gay. Like, if my friend kisses his husband, it's because he's a human being, and that's his relationship. There's no agenda to a kiss. So that's my first point. Second point, let's pretend it is an agenda. How many Disney movies have had a heteronormative agenda? Every prince is kissing the princess. Y'all don't know it.
Without consent.
Without consent. So maybe you didn't know it, but the agenda has been straight for decades. And so maybe this is just a moment to have because everyone sees that now. Sorry, I'm done.
No, I'm with you. I think representation matters. I don't like the idiot part, though.
Yeah, I don't. So just speaking to the idiot part, I love the bluntness, right? I call people idiots all the time. So I'm on his side with this.
You call them bozos.
Bozos,
like
banana heads. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm saying the same thing. But if you're at that level, a lot of kids look up to Chris Evans. He's now Buzz Lightyear and Captain America. You have to be careful with what you say. This is the other side of Hollywood. And again, I'm being very general in this aspect. So if you're Tim Allen, you get kind of run out for being a Republican. This is the way Hollywood, quote unquote, wants you to think. If you don't think like this, you're an idiot. That's the other side. That's not what it is. There's an in-between like everything else. But Chris Evans needs to pick his words better. If you're trying to get some people to come over, a little squirrel, come eat out of my hand, you don't, hey, idiots! You don't say that. You know what I mean? You want to be like, hey, listen, we all need to get used to this. This is going to be the future. And I'm getting played off? Wow.
We have 1 minute before it started.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry, my bad.
No, that was a great point.
What are you dancing for?
You're getting called off.
Your point stunk. At least I was making a good point.
Mine was fantastic. Fantastic point.
Idiot.
I made two of that.
Coming up on DBL, Amber Heard admits she still loves Johnny Depp. She's explaining why, even after that messy trial, and fabulous friend of the show, Cheryl Lee Ralph. There she is. She is here live. We cannot wait to talk with her. Coming up next, Jazz Hands.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get.
If we're gonna be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Sensitivity training says it has nothing to do with politics. Disney has already hired Tim to play Santa Claus again. I don't know. I hear that. And he can make money as Santa Claus.
And we don't know if that's the reason why.
We don't know why. But he and I are on we're not the same in terms of a lot of things. Everything. Except like
taste in food.
Okay, stop.
General hygiene.
However, whatever. We both agree, having lived in LA. I lived in there for 10 years. How long did you live in LA?
Okay. All together, maybe
Mine was
8
10,
years.
Yeah. That there's definitely a bias, and you can't ignore that. Now, is that the reason? Maybe not. You're right to bring that up about Disney hiring him to play Santa Claus again. You're totally right. It's probably about money, which is what Al always says. It's always down to money.
You think Chris Evans requires less money than Tim Allen? Is that what you're saying, salary-wise? I don't think so.
It's whoever can make more money for them. So, for instance, someone just wrote in and said Disney just hired Tim Allen to play Santa Claus again. It's not about politics. Like you were saying, it's about the money.
I think we're discounting the fact that this was in large part a creative decision.
I also think
I think they wanted a voice like Chris Evans,
voice.
a younger voice that is it has a quality to it that's different than Tim Allen, who's more like the toy. You know what I mean?
Could Tim Allen lighten his voice?
It's over, buddy.
But wasn't this how Buzz got there?
It's like
so.
I totally see
Tim Allen's voice
that's all
couldn't sound younger.
It's all speculation
than where he already was 20 years ago.
No, it's about him. It's about the astronaut his toy was based off of.
Exactly. So it's supposed to be a younger creature.
Can't they just print something in digital?
Right. Well, I mean, you could have done something like that, but like, let's be honest. How old's Tim Allen?
Tim Allen seems a little bit older. What do we think? How old's Tim Allen? I don't have something I could use to actually ask. Oh wait, I do. You'll never know.
Welcome back. She is the heart and soul of Abbott Elementary, ABC's highest rated show since Modern Family.
Yeah,
I've watched every episode. I'm obsessed. We're going to talk all about that, though, in a few minutes. But first, we want to get her opinions on some serious topics in the news. We've missed her. Cheryl Ralph, welcome back to DBL.
Hi. Miss Cheryl, it is so good to see you again. Let's just start. It's going to be a kind of a rough transition here with what just happened in Ohio yesterday. In case y'all didn't know, let me fill you in. The governor signed a bill that will allow teachers to now carry guns in classrooms after only 24 hours of training. I would love to get your take, and if maybe your husband has also spoken to you about it, because I know he's in politics as well. Love to hear your take on this.
I feel very sorry that we have chosen, as Americans, we have chosen to absolutely put guns in the classrooms with teachers. And the fact that we have lowered the hours of practicing. It was at first something like 700 hours. It is now down to 24 hours. I would also love us to think about the fact how many accidents happen in homes and situations where guns are in the room and children are involved. Children find the guns and awful things happen because children are inquisitive.
I agree with
I
you.
find it very difficult to accept this at a time when there are so many classrooms that do not have all the supplies they need to teach the children, yet you find it so easy to welcome guns into the classroom. What about books? What about crayons? What about pens? What about all the things that we see teachers scrabbling for on social media? What is going on in our minds that we choose guns, we choose violence over the love and the education and true safety of all of America's children?
Very well said. Very well said, Miss Cheryl Lee. I love you, Cheryl. So I got to get to this question. Sticking with the same theme, it does seem like Congress is finally going to do something. Even Mitch McConnell is saying he supports the gun reform package proposed by a bipartisan group of senators. So what are your thoughts on this new legislation? Is something better than nothing in your eyes?
I want to see us come together. I want us to get off of the ledge of this side against that side.
Amen.
I want, when it comes to things about humanity, I want, when it comes to things about family, community, the things that really make us great, that we all come together and stop choosing, no, I'm over here, or I'm over here, and we can't come together. It's awful. It's a disease that is infecting us all right now, and we have got to get over it because the left and the right must come together.
Amen,
Whether
Cheryl.
that's in prayer,
Yes,
whether that's in solidarity, but we must come together.
And hopefully in action, right? From your lips to God's ears. Cheryl Ralph is sticking around with us. We've got a whole lot more with her after the break.
Very good.
This was...
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Caviar tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Teachers at a school like Abbott, we have to be able to do it all. We are admin, we are social workers, we are therapists, we are second parents. Hell, sometimes we're even first. Why? It sure ain't the money.
I could make more work in the street. Easy.
That's the best show.
She's so good.
Welcome back to DBL. That was a clip from Abbott Elementary, and it is returning to ABC this fall.
Yes,
and Dreamgirls,
it is.
Cheryl Lee Ralph is back with us to talk about her latest and Hollywood and more.
Cheryl, you are like DBL royalty, so just I can't
She's
even
the
say
queen.
welcome back because you're family. So you're just here. Sometimes you're on, sometimes, but you're always here with us. I love your show. You know, I taught middle school for 5 years, so it hits me in a different place. Middle school science. Shout out to Highland Oaks. And you know, Cheryl, your husband, Philadelphia Senator Vincent Hughes, works to be to better inner city schools like Abbott Elementary. So, does your character Barbara from the show have anything in common with like what you've gone through with a husband that works closely with these schools?
You know something, it's so amazing that God would put me in this show at this time on a subject that my husband, like you said, has been fighting for his whole career. And that is to better the education in Philadelphia's schools, Pennsylvania's schools, for all of the children, not just good education for some and bad education for others, but great education for all of our children. And I thank God that I'm able to help amplify that message just by being Barbara Howard, the teacher you never forget at Abbott Elementary, which is also in Philadelphia, which is also, it would be fictionally in my husband's constituency.
That is so
and I was going to say, yes, fictionally, but like there's a lot of people watching your show for real that are 12, 13 years old that will grow up to become educators and people in this space because of what they're seeing from you. So you're doing God's work.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud of the show.
You should
Abbott
be.
is doing so much for so many people, and I'm very proud of Quinta and my cast and the amazing job we all get to do together.
I was going to say, Quinta has just absolutely blown my mind. When you do the gardening scenes, that's my favorite. When Barbara Howard goes into the gardening, she's so good. So
funny.
Sorry. I love that. Now, another TV show, Motherland Fort Salem, is also back for a third and its final season. Now, you play the president of the U.S. in this supernatural drama, and I would like to know what it's like starring in both a drama and like a supernatural drama and a really tight, well-written comedy at the same time.
You know, for me, I honestly have to say this has been an incredible blessing for me as an actor. I actually get to use my skills. You know, when I was doing Ray Donovan, I was shooting a comedy at the same time back then, and it was called Instant Mom. So I would do comedy in the day and I would do the drama at night. So here I am once again doing this, like you said, well-written comedy and this strong drama on the other end. And I just have to say, wow, thank you, God. Thank you for the writers and producers who believe in my talent to let me be able to do that in my career. It's so wonderful not to be typecast. It's so wonderful to be seen for the breadth of my abilities. And most actors, you don't get that. People want to put you in a little box, but here I am doing dramedy at the same time doing comedy, and I love it.
Not Cheryl. What a blessing.
I just want to say it's really sad to watch Cheryl career tail off like this.
Yeah, there's no ending to that.
From,
She just dropped off.
Two-show situation.
I know.
She's
zero.
It's really sad.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to get your opinion on this, Cheryl, because fellow dream girl Jennifer Hudson officially, this is so cool, achieved EGOT status.
Yeah.
Have you been in touch with her? And if not, is there anything that you might want to say to her?
Oh, listen, I am so excited for her because this is just absolutely wonderful. I said to myself, oh my God, I'm not working hard enough. I've got more work to do. But I'll tell you a little J. Hud story.
Ooh.
Jennifer and I worked together on a series called Smash, and I played her mother.
Wow.
And when I walked into my dressing room the first morning of shooting, I could not get into the room because Jennifer had filled that room with the most enormous floral arrangements with a card that said, thank you for everything you have done for me to be here. And I was just like,
she literally and figuratively gave her her flowers. You're right.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool. Cheryl, you're the best. We adore you. Congratulations on all your continued success. DBL Nation, you got to be on the lookout for season 2 of Abbott Elementary this fall on ABC. And the final season of Motherland Fort Salem premieres Tuesday on Hulu. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Cheryl.
Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify. Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures of how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer:
chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are two distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines, are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
What comments do we have, Tori?
You are
talking
so
about
right.
gaming.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, okay. Real Royalty writes in and says, Cheryl Lee Ralph is a dream girl forever, which we totally agree. And Barbara says, I love Abbott Elementary. She's fantastic in it. And I have to say, it's one of the best. It is like Modern Family. It's an ABC hit, and we haven't seen one of those in a long time. The writing sharp, the acting sharp, great timing. Your friend's in it, and she's fantastic.
Yeah,
Has her life completely changed?
She plays Ava, everyone, the principal.
Yeah, yes, I just remember having conversations with her when she was still like a mom. She had a teenage son at that point, and like deciding whether to do stand-up. And now here we are on TV talking about
like the #1 hit show.
Yes.
Congrats to her. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here's what's ahead. Amber Heard says she still loves Johnny Depp, but why even after going head-to-head in court? And Charlie Sheen says he's not happy about his daughter joining OnlyFans, how it's igniting his feud with ex Denise Richards.
Most of us have heard the saying, you should drink 8 glasses of water a day. With this heat, is that enough water? The question, should everyone always be drinking exactly 8 glasses of water a day? Let's verify.
Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and the Mayo Clinic. According to the Mayo Clinic, water makes up about 50 to 70% of our body weight. Water also keeps your temperature normal, lubricates and cushions joints, and protects sensitive tissue. But Dr. Coley says many may not need the traditional 8 glasses.
Every day should not necessarily be the same amount. It should be adjusted up and down based on what you're doing.
So where does the standard 8 glasses of water come from?
That 8 glasses of water came from the fact that, based on a 2,000 calorie diet, for about every calorie that you consume, you need about 1 milliliter of water. That's about 2 liters or about 8 glasses.
Coley says the best way to tell if you're getting enough water in your system is the color of your urine.
It should be very light color. If it's starting to get dark yellow, that means you're not drinking enough.
It also depends on your activity level and if you are in a warm environment. The Mayo Clinic states most healthy people stay hydrated by drinking water and other fluids whenever they feel thirsty. For some people, fewer than 8 glasses a day might be enough, but others may need more. Dr. Coley says you can actually get water poisoning if you drink too much.
You drink so much water that you dilute out the salt in your blood.
So we can verify that no, not everybody should always drink exactly 8 glasses of water a day. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all,
just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
You two need to quit fighting.
What happened?
Everything's fine.
There was an issue over the iPad.
Yeah, fighting over the iPad. Okay, children.
One didn't want it and one did.
Okay, enough. We are hearing more from Amber Heard. During her interview with the Today Show, Savannah asked Amber if she still loves Johnny Depp after their explosive trial. Take a look at her answer.
I love him. I loved him with all my heart. And I tried the best I could to make a deeply broken relationship work. And I couldn't. I have no bad feelings or ill will towards him at all.
Can I just say, like, going through the audition process in, like, California and doing, like, auditions, that seemed like an audition to me.
Felt like she was still on the stand.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, could you do it again with a little more realism and compassion? That felt like it was just a bad read. I'm not even kidding. That's what I saw.
No, it felt insincere, and I hate saying that because I'm one that always wants to believe women, but not all women.
But you want to believe survivors.
Yes.
You don't want to believe all women, because a lot of people wrote me and the show, and they said, you know, on tape, she's been proven to have hit and punched him. She's admitted to that. That makes her an abuser. And at some point, the Me Too movement was about everybody being protected. So, yeah, I think this is so stupid. I think she's digging another hole. And I think she should be, as you guys say, or people say, canceled, or as I say, consequence. You got to go away for a while. Because nobody likes you, nobody trusts you, and you're killing any opportunity to come back, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that she's never, because we always talk about Amber Heard, and I think when we see her up against somebody like Johnny Depp, he's clearly the bigger star, and she kind of seems like an obscure person, but she's not. She's a very successful person that has been successful for most of her life. She's an Aquaman too. That's almost people's dream board. Right. She is a successful person, and she has probably never met with a situation that she could not handle by putting on her Amber Heard eyes and that voice and Sam.
How did it ever work, though?
Get back to where?
Does she deserve all this criticism from the entire world, in your opinion?
I think if you defame someone against the law, the jury convicted her. Yes. I don't know why we hold back because she's.
I think it's a heavy-handed.
For a toxic relationship that
she lied.
Most people have been in. Most people.
Do you know how many survivors are feeling after listening to her? They are triggering. That she is triggering to them because she is lying and she is exploiting them and diluting the message.
I'd agree with that.
All right.
I'd agree with that, but I just think it was a super toxic relationship on both parts.
I only have proof of one abuse, and that's from her on video and audio.
All right. Tori, the juror over there.
All right, with the finger, too.
So I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry.
Don't tick off Tori. Okay, so Charlie Sheen is not happy with the choices his teen daughter is making. 18-year-old Sammy joined OnlyFans, an online platform that allows fans to pay for content that tends to be sexual in nature. Charlie recently told E! News that he does not condone his daughter's decision to be on the site, and it did not occur under his roof. He's urging her to, quote, keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity. However, Sammy's mom, Denise Richards, is defending their daughter's choice, telling People magazine that the choice wasn't based on whose house she lives in, and she is trusting her daughter's judgment to make her own choices. What would you do?
This is like, as a parent, kind of like your worst nightmare. And I know there's other parents out there nowadays that encourage that. I don't, okay? In my house, I don't want my daughter on an OnlyFans page.
Right?
Or son, yes, exactly. I don't want that, right? And so it's kind of like, and I also believe in karma, which a lot of people don't. It's the bad decisions that you made earlier in life that come out to pay later on. Charlie Sheen has made some interesting decisions in his life. So if you don't believe in karma, I don't know what this is, but as an 18-year-old, it's a serious situation to have your daughter, because of his fame and your wife's fame, people tuning in just to see that, not necessarily her. It's a weird psychology around it.
The tagline underneath that said, subscribe for exclusive content. I'm assuming that's not political rhetoric. We all know what that means. And honestly, as a 44-year-old dad of a daughter, this would be a complete failure to me. Yeah. I try and, I want everybody to, express themselves the way that they feel like they need to. But at 18 years old, I would hope that I had enough influence over my son or daughter's life for them to say, I could be like, I see stuff that you don't see coming down the road. And posting photos like this, the attention from the people that are going after 18-year-olds that are just barely 18, that crop of people is not who I want following my daughter or my son. And I wonder if maybe if Charlie, this is just seems like a way to get men's attention, and maybe there was a man's attention that she wanted growing up that she didn't get.
Right. No, as a parent too, I just echo both y'all's sentiments.
Like, what if Sophie was like,
listen, I'm not going to shame anyone that does it. Just I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I would see it, to your point. I don't want to regurgitate you, but it would be my failure because I think that they model our behavior, and I would go, what did I do to make her think that is okay?
And that's her first decision at 18, not like invest in a house.
Go work at a Jamba Juice.
That was a very random.
I worked at Jamba Juice.
Clearly. Passion Sunset.
Work at the gift shop at the zoo. That was very strange.
I'm just saying, just get a job. It's not a big deal. You don't have to make tons of money. Come on. Okay, so at what point in life does a person feel sexiest, huh?
Today.
Right now, 44?
I felt sexy to myself mostly at 28.
Oh, 28. That's oddly specific.
That really was.
I mean,
oddly.
Dear diary. Today
I did. I felt like I was a Tory. I got what Tory was.
What about you?
I'm going to go specific too. 31. 31. My early 30s. I don't know, a lot of change for me in my life in my early 30s.
That was when you were your sexiest.
My sex. Listen, food metabolized a little better in my body. I felt good about myself.
Six-pack apple on Big Bird.
Listen, if anyone's looking for a man boob Ken doll, it's me.
Well, there is a survey out that tells you what the sexiest age out. So according to the poll, the sexiest age, drum roll please, 53. 53, which I'm so happy about this because we all have something to look forward to. So these are just some of the celebs at that age. We got Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd. Okay, 53 already. J-Lo, Shamar Moore, who I'm obsessed with, will be turning 53 in the next year.
But these people have trainers.
They do. They have trainers.
Yes,
they're like insanely good looking.
Yes.
Naturally.
Yes.
But more than half the people in the poll said that they felt friskiest in the bedroom at 53.
No one says frisky.
No one says frisky.
Please stop saying
that. Well, no, we're saying frisky because we can't say the other word. Come on, you guys.
But then you don't say anything. You don't say frisky. Then just remain silent.
Okay, 41% said they felt most comfortable in their skin at 53.
Apparently, women do reach a sexual peak at around 40 plus, which is exciting. I just turned 4. Hello. But, and perhaps you feel like yourself. But I think we were talking about when you feel sexiest to you. And they're saying which is sexiest to other partners. And for me at 28, I felt I looked sort of maybe aesthetically the most sexy.
Do you think most 53-year-olds, just that you see at the grocery store, feel like they're at their sexiest?
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And how many 53-year-olds look like the examples we just gave?
Those 4
I know,
people.
that's unattainable.
I agree. I don't like that.
That's completely
And
unattainable.
BJ, our social media guy, he raised his hand when we said 53-year-olds are sexy. So.
Oh, he likes 53?
Yeah.
That's his type?
No, he is 53.
You misquoted him, it seems like.
53? BJ, you look 35.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand and said I'm 53.
No, I said, oh, good, there's still time for him.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
BJ.
I was like, I didn't think he was 53,
No,
but I was like, good for you.
he's like 30s.
Oh,
46. Looking good.
BJ was just minding his own business, working on something else. I was like, BJ!
BJ raised his hand at his desk like, great. I was like, okay, good.
Love you, BJ. You were speaking of boob Ken doll Jeff.
I think it was in my subconscious.
Okay.
Don't forget about back fat Jeff. Ken doll Jeff.
We all think about
my favorite Jeff doll. Back fat Jeff.
Okay, well, Ken is here, you guys. Ken is here. We are getting our first look at Ryan Gosling as Ken. Ryan will star in the live-action movie Barbie, set to release next year.
Is he 53 in that picture?
Woo, he looked good. Margot Robbie will play Barbie. Can we go back to Ryan Gosling? Let me see. Let's see. There he is. And you know this is a satire.
It's all
I know
camp
everybody
and
was
parody,
upset at first. This is a parody.
It's kitschy. You kind of want that campy thing. Here's where I'm mad about, and it went viral, I think, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They don't have the...
It's timely.
Okay.
They don't have the what?
They don't have the... I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world.
Why would that be in there?
Because that's the Barbie song.
But that's
Aqua.
not.
know that.
That has nothing to do with Mattel and Barbie.
It has the word. It's the Barbie song. You wanted that at the opening credits. I'm a Barbie girl.
2 on the
do you know it
nose.
won't be?
Oh, because they announced it and it went viral 3 weeks ago.
2 on the nose, Tori. Here she thought that it was like going to completely.
I did.
Like everybody would be like, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone thought like the studio was going to get up in a conga line and just follow Tori.
She's been walking around with that information in your head like
I
a
actually
couple weeks ago.
retweeted it. I said, what's the point then? Because that feels like plastic. It's that song is kitschy.
That's
it's perfect.
all Barbie is.
You don't
Right, so why not?
You don't think the producers and the writers thought of that and then scratched that idea?
I think that's a bad idea to
Scrapped
scratch.
it.
You
Okay.
shouldn't scrap it.
Scrap it, scratch it. Speaking of Ken Man Boob Jeff doll,
The second edition Back Fat Jeff.
Here's the sequel to Barbie and Ken.
Do they have me?
Shut up.
Here comes Jeff.
Oh, I hope they don't have.
Look at you, Jeff.
Right in there.
They need to adjust the body a little
Jeff
bit.
Schroeder.
You know what I mean?
Is that 31-year-old Jeff?
Yeah, 31-year-old could eat a cheeseburger.
Wow.
Can I ask a question to everybody in here? Because I would think normally wearing a sleeveless denim vest, no one on the planet can get away with it. But
Jeray can.
If you are in great shape, will you look past that?
Yes. You could wear anything you want with a six-pack, guaranteed.
No.
Heck yeah.
No
Right.
way.
If I had a six-pack, I would be doing the show naked.
Oh God.
If I went to a bar, walk away, Tori.
Tori, you would like it.
Oh, God. Bye, Tori. Bye, Tori. Grab me some water, please.
A denim vest
Yeah. Okay, so might as well just go to the next story. A plane
now Tori has to walk back in
I
here.
mean, now here she comes. Let's just let her sit in it. Hold on.
Let's let her do
Go
that.
on to the next.
Nope.
Go on. Sit in it.
We're gonna move.
You should have committed and like came all around the way around.
I'm 40. I'm tired.
Okay. A plane with double-decker seats could soon be a reality. Imagine flying in something like this, okay? So this is the prototype. It has 2 ladder-like steps for travelers to use to access the top level. None of the seats move on the prototype, but they're each set up in a different position to indicate that they actually could recline, Jeff. Does that bother you? Because you don't like recliners.
First of all, I don't like planes. It's too big, and it's like, how does this thing even get off the ground? Now it's like double-decker. And then did you see, could we play that, or roll that first picture? It's right in your face.
Why is it so claustrophobic?
I don't like how claustrophobic that is. And I'm not even claustrophobic. I'm just uncomfortable on airplanes. Me no likey.
I don't want someone's foot in my face.
Right.
That's foot in your face level.
It is, but I will say this. I'm sure it is dramatically cheaper. And if you do want to go overseas, especially we're thinking about this as like 40-year-olds are like, I want to be comfortable. 22, 23-year-old Al have been like, oh, if I can get to Europe for $400 on being jammed in that seat for 8 hours, all right.
I took
true.
Yeah,
double-decker airplanes are. I wish they could just make planes nice to be in.
You should take that idea to Shark Tank.
I'm just saying. We invented
There's
this.
just nothing.
You pay for first class.
I know, but we invented this amazing idea and invention, and then we stick us in tubes and we rack them up, and then we ask you.
Yes,
it's not
to make
pleasant.
a profit. That's what these companies are in business for.
I'd like it to be pleasant.
Right. It used to not be that way.
Yeah.
People used to get dressed up to fly.
That's right.
The flight attendants had cute outfits. They brought you cookies. None of that happens anymore.
Because flights were only for the rich, and they were super expensive. Flights were expensive. They were for the rich. That's why you don't have that as much.
Like a nice, good train ride. I love a nice train ride.
I want to go. You know the Orient Express is back. Did you know that?
I didn't know it left.
Google the Orient Express. It is back, and it's gorgeous.
Where does it go?
It's expensive. I can't afford it. It goes from Paris to
Maybe Sam should Google it.
Just look at the cabins. The cabins are to die for. Coming up on DBL, have you ever left anything behind in an Uber? Maybe your keys, your phone. I can't imagine what Tori's left behind. What about a pound of caviar? We're talking about the oddest items drivers have found in their cars next.
Closed captioning provided by.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Even BJ.
Okay, I get it, but at this point, I'm asking you a real question. I take you out for beers, and you come and you show up, and you have a six-pack. It's fantasy land. There's nowhere close. And you show up in a denim vest with nothing else. I'd be like, I'm not sure I could sit next to you.
But I could pull it off. Is what I'm saying.
Jure could do it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you did that, you would look like such a nerd.
I'm not saying would I look good. I'm saying you could wear whatever you want and pull it off.
You look different now.
Yes, if I had a six-pack, I wouldn't be wearing a shirt right now.
See what I'm saying?
Like, obvious. Like, I would just be
But you have a certain swag that's good.
Yeah, I'm a magical gay man. So
Hey, TM Kelly Schuberth. I called you that.
Thank you.
TM Kelly Schuberth, everybody.
2%. Anyways. 10, bro. We're talking billions.
Wear it.
You absolutely cannot.
Yes, you can.
Jure has on.
So
Jure can for some reason.
Jure can.
Yeah, he can. He's a magical gay man.
No, he's a young unicorn. Here, I'm going to give you a specific example. Jure, we were talking about like sunglasses, and he told me to go to his website, ASOS.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And they have crazy outfits. Remember the one I was talking about?
Yes.
All those guys have six-packs, and they're wearing crazy stuff. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to get that for myself. And I looked at him like, I would look insane if I wore that. But the person with the six-pack looks good.
Just in case.
They don't look good either.
I don't think
Yes, they do.
this is a generalization, but I don't think straight girls like their straight boys to be dressed like that. It's almost too perfect. Like Jure's too perfect. Michael Dean's too perfect. Like it's true. Like I know you don't buy this when I say this. That girls like a little bit of like.
Oh, do not start the man bod to that.
Oh no.
A little bit of a dad bod. It's true.
If that was true, Ken would look like that. He wouldn't look like he's ready. Don't tell me fat is sexy.
I don't think Ken is straight, and I think we know that.
I'm looking for a dad bod. I'm looking.
This story's for Tori. Welcome back. Have you ever been in a taxi or a rideshare and left something very important behind? Well, you're not alone. Uber's 2022 Lost and Found report is out, and people have forgotten some pretty strange things, like 10 whole pounds of hamburger meat.
Oh my gosh.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, you went to the grocery store, grabbed it.
You had some drinks, you didn't want to drive, and then you get back and you're like, where's the groceries? And you're like, uh-oh.
I could definitely, especially if it's in the trunk.
And then you could say this, where's the beef?
No.
No. That's true. Actually, that was good. Darn it, that was good. Okay, what about a bad painting of a moose?
That's
cute. I love that. I would be so sad if I lost that.
It is amusing.
Whoever left that is like, that's not a bad picture. And they're like, oh, that's where I left it. Yeah.
Okay, what about a pound of caviar? Well, one Uber rider did apparently left a bag of caviar.
Oh, that's
It's
Tori.
expensive.
How much money do you think that would have been?
How much would you get?
Tori would know.
I've never had caviar.
Well, it goes per pound. If you have really good, really good, so it could be like $100 a pound. It could be, and you use mother of pearl spoons so that you don't taste the metal of the metal in the caviar. So you need special setups for it.
Mother of pearl spoons?
Correct.
Bougie Tori.
Wow. Tori left her mother of pearl spoon in the car.
Is escargot more exclusive than caviar?
No way.
No, escargot is actually just snails, and they're just garlic and butter.
Oh. Which are delicious.
They're delicious.
Poor snails.
I'm so
when
sorry,
it rains,
Sam.
I get out early and I move the snails from the snails from the walkways.
She's so good.
That's very strange. Like, think about what your neighbors must think. Like, oh, there's the woman, the post-rain snail woman. That's very strange.
Hey, I'm all for it. Someone reported forgetting tater tots. That's common.
Yeah.
I bet everybody forgets their taters.
Would you eat someone's tater tots that they left in an Uber?
No. Would you?
Listen, I was a waiter my whole life. Have you ever eaten off of someone else's plate?
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
But that's 20-year-old Sam
That's
and
what I'm saying.
20-year-old Jeff. Would 4-year-old?
49,
No,
50.
of course not. But when you're 22 living in California and someone didn't even touch their sushi, I might grab a piece.
Same.
Absolutely.
But that's nothing compared to this person who left behind their turtle.
No, that's not right.
You know they were upset.
They were. That's not right.
Yeah, they called. They were like, where's Ramona?
Yeah.
That was my old turtle's name, Ramona.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like to do an ironic name like Speedy.
Did you ever have a turtle?
No, I didn't. But I did lose when I was in traveling abroad backpacking. I went on a train and I was going from Interlaken, Switzerland to France, and I got off the train, no joke. I left my wallet, I left my passport, I left my CDs, I left my Walkman and my mobile phone, and I just got up and left.
What'd you do?
I had to speak broken French for over 24 hours to the guards to explain it. The Swiss are so lovely, I got it back the next day. It was lovely.
No one took anything?
Not one thing. Maybe a couple of Dave Matthews CDs.
All of your
I got like this. I got up and just walked off. I do it a lot.
I know you do. I know. And someone, you guys, forgot their teeth, Grandma's teeth.
Grandma's grills.
teeth.
Yeah.
Poor Grandma.
I'm sorry,
But when she probably noticed that pretty quickly, though, right?
Maybe it was her spare set. Remember, you had a couple spare sets of your retainers.
Invisaligns is what they're called, or Smile Direct. But like honestly, I don't know if that puts me in the same category as Graham. I appreciate you trying to tie it in for the viewer. So shout out to that.
We'll be right back.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Cruise ships are getting larger every year. Many carry up to 3,000 passengers, and with that many people, you're bound to have a lot of waste. Verify viewer Brandy emailed us to ask if cruise ships dump that waste into the ocean. So let's verify. Our sources are the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elaine Heldevier, Carnival Cruise Line's Sustainability Director. There are several types of waste on cruise ships, like sewage, solid waste, and food scraps, and each has its own disposal method. For example, food scraps are sometimes composted on board. Sewage is usually treated on the ship, and international and domestic laws allow captains to discharge it into the ocean, except in protected areas. Carnival says this usually happens at least 4 to 12 miles from shore, depending on how the waste is treated. Solid waste, like food waste and trash, is offloaded when the ship is docked. In the U.S., the EPA and Coast Guard regulate what gets discharged and where it happens. While they don't keep track of how much waste is disposed by cruise lines, the government does fine operators for not following the law. We reached out to the world's 3 largest cruise companies about the waste discharged by their ships. Only Carnival responded. Haldevere tells Verify the waste discharged by Carnival meets or exceeds international standards and pointed us to the company's sustainability report. It shows the company lowered the amount of wastewater discharged into the sea before the pandemic and has a goal to build ships that don't discharge into the ocean at all by 2050. So, yes, cruise ships do dump some waste into the ocean, but the process is regulated by international authorities. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Independence Day is coming up, so we wanted to share some creative ways you can decorate your backyard for your 4th of July celebrations. Here's a great way to enjoy life outside with Sunsetter. The word of the day is patriotism. Did you guys know that? Okay, let your reds, whites, and blues fly. We're talking flags, themed pillows, pool floaties, and plasticware, but don't forget it's going to be hot, so be sure to provide shade for your friends and family. With affordable custom features without the custom price, Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning. Spend more time outside and get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years, so call 1-800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings built to last. We'll be right back.
Promotional.
We wanted to look at how dangerous this heat could be. So the question, is heat the leading weather-related killer in the U.S.? Let's verify.
Our sources are very own meteorologist Chris Mulcahy and the CDC. According to the CDC, around 618 people are killed by extreme heat each year.
Heat is the #1 killer, and it's one of those hidden killers that people don't realize, because flooding is #1 as far as the severe thunderstorm world goes. But with heat, you don't realize it sneaks up on you.
Someone experiencing heat stroke will have symptoms that include a high body temperature, an altered mental state, nausea, rapid breathing, a racing heart rate, and a headache. Chris says that's why it's so important to be aware when we have these high temperature days.
The whole reason why whenever we have those heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, it's because our temperatures of how we feel are getting to the point that we really can't sweat anymore. So our body temperatures start to rise.
The CDC says the people most at risk for heat-related illness or death are older adults, young children, and people with chronic disease and mental illness. So the best thing to do on these dog days of summer?
Chill out. Seriously, it is way too hot to do a lot of things. The lawn can wait. I know this is going to be a long trend, but keep things to the morning, keep things to the evening.
So we can verify that, yes, heat is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Filling up feels like it is emptying out our wallets right now. So here's our sources to help us answer if you can downgrade from using higher octane premium to regular grade gas to save some money. Gas grades have different octane ratings, and not to get too technical, but it's all about the pressure at which the fuel combusts, ranging from regular 87 to 91 octane or higher, usually marketed as premium. Good news is most cars on the road are designed for regular 87 octane gas. For most everyone else, though, there are 2 distinct groups.
Some users' manuals recommend premium, and some may use the word require. And obviously, there's a big difference.
So for cars where premium is recommended, basically they can handle regular just fine. But you're probably losing out on a little bit of fuel economy and performance. However, some luxury, high performance, and turbocharged cars require 91 or higher octane.
Those engines, those computers that run those engines are designed for that octane. If you put in a lower octane than is required, there could be catastrophic results.
Cars.com says lower octane in an engine designed for higher could damage your pistons, valves, spark plugs, and at worst, could even wind up voiding your warranty. Now, whether you want to try it in a pinch maybe every once in a while.
So I would always suggest people look at their owner's manual. It's definitely more risky if your car requires premium, you downgrade.
So we can verify downgrading from premium to regular. If your car requires premium, it might save you at the pump initially, but could cost you a whole lot more in other problems down the road.
Okay, so I gotta talk about Jefftown, which is Grand Lake. I have to show you this video because Sophie proved to us that she's got a need for speed.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Look at her, that's a speedboat. Driving it with my dad.
Gosh.
Look how fast she's going, you guys. She's going full throttle. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Full speed. I got water in my face. I kept telling her, slow it down, Soph, slow it down. But I really want Jeff to go here because what I love about Grand Lake is, Jeff, you can fish. You can boat. That's us on the boat. That's a pontoon. Then we took the speedboat. But also
They
it's
let
just...
6-year-olds drive speedboats.
Yep. You can get ice cream, Jeff, with the kids.
Where can you get that?
You can, stop it. It's very homegrown. You can dance. Live music, Jeff.
Is this the town from Footloose?
It kind of is the town from Footloose. Wow. Okay, that's where we stayed. That's Grand Lake Cabins. You guys don't go to a hotel. Go to Grand Lake Cabins. You get the full experience. And then look at this.
Oh,
that's
I love that.
That's what it's all about.
I'm in. All right, I'm going.
I know. I just want to thank Cam and Em for taking great care of us. Bye, guys.
It's me as well.
And me.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with the knee now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.